likes to do its own thing. You know how that works. But, you know, I do want to point out that we are lying to everybody on that slide over there. I know it says that characters who have been out less than a week cannot be played, but we are letting the Bridgets rock today. I hope we definitely get to see some Bridgets because that would be super awesome. And you can see all the players here. You talked about Umisho, the EVO champion. I mean,
EVO champion. And I can't believe she even take the week off. I was like, word, she's in the bracket. It's like that. She keeps shooting. She's just addicted to the blick. I can't believe it, man. That is too sick that she's already back. Series E once again. No days off, just as you opened the show with.
Dude, and one of the coolest things is I actually had the pleasure and the honor to meet Umisho's mother and sister over there, and they are so supportive of Umisho. I mean, shout outs to them. It's wonderful to see that kind of thing, letting Umisho travel to Vegas like this and, you know, winning some cool cash, you know, why not? And really making a name for themselves because, you know, Umisho is now cemented in the EVO history books forever.
That's right. If you didn't go to EVO, you might have still saw the pictures that were posted on Twitter. I know Yipes. I know a lot of the EVO champions posted the fact that when you first enter the arena, there's a giant wall of all of the EVO champions listed on there. So you know that's going to be a tradition going forward. You know the 2022 champions are going to be there next year. So Umisho, as you said, cemented, immortalized as a world champion for the first year of Guilty Gear Strive in EVO. I mean, it was a beautiful tournament for sure, and just a very heartwarming moment, 100%. Umisho, definitely a very wholesome, genuine human being. So definitely it was just overwhelming to see everybody kind of get taken in by that emotion.
Yeah, wholesome in real life, but in the game,
that's how it goes.
She's not that.
Bro, that's how it goes, man. The more wholesome, the more nice you are outside the game, the more demon you are in the game. Like, that's just how it is. And Umisho, not only is she an expert heavy chaos player, but this biking is ridiculous. And I've been playing a little bit of Bridget already. I think she's a really fun character. Looking forward to this match.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, obviously this is post-EVO, so a lot of people are just having a little bit of fun here right now, but Umisho's starting off right away. Obviously, Bridget just came out on Monday, so a lot of people are learning how to use this character and trying to figure out how she works, but my favorite thing about this character so far is it seems to fall in line with the kind of the pattern I feel like Arxis is going, is that they're getting more and more complicated with their characters, because Bridget feels, you know, obviously not quite the same as before, but still pretty decently similar to her old self.
Yeah, dude, I'm so impressed how they continue. Oh, again, the rock the baby, that command grab. I'll tell you, right now is prime time for that command grab. It's 26 frames, so like it's gonna get reactable, but it's still gonna work. You know, like Birdie Dolphin dive, bro. It's still gonna work. But like people are gonna get better at it, playing defense against it. But right now, it is prime time to abuse it. But yeah, James, I couldn't agree more, honestly. I'm so impressed with how they continue to capture the spirit of a lot of characters while translating them to this Guilty Gear game, which is significantly different from the older ones.
Yeah, which is why I'm still excited. Give me my Johnny, man. Give me my Johnny Season 2, please. Let's go.
He might be on the horizon, man. I would not be surprised for sure. He's a very in demand.
Yeah. And
Umisho setting up shop. Oh, the DP from Bridget as well. Yeah, that's the yo-yos. You know, everything. Oh, the dive bomb as well. She's got a lot of tricky things to alter her air trajectory, especially if she has the yo-yo set already. Oh, but you know what Umisho has? That bike in 9-frame far S. My goodness, bro, that button is ridiculous.
Yeah, biking all about the neutral, right? I mean, she doesn't have like the crazy combo extensions, unless I'm just out of the loop on biking over here, but she just dominates the neutral really well with that range.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty good. Oh, actually opting to keep the corner here. Umisho again. You can see that is the optimization that we're talking about. So many players that we saw at EVO Top 8 really made sure they kept the corner if they knew that their subsequent sequence was gonna kill. Right? A lot of the time they're like, nah, I'm not gonna wall break and get positive bonus. Even with the super on deck, I'm not gonna take the plus frames because I know the next point, the next wall splat combo is gonna kill. So it is just expert calculation once again from Umisho. You can see already super good on the bike, and we've seen her win tournaments on this character already. Like, it's not even like something new, like, to be honest. So yeah, this is definitely a threat to be reckoned with.
Yeah, it's one of the cool things because before, you know, when the game first started, obviously it felt like, okay, whenever you have the chance to get the wall break, just take it, right? I mean, especially if you don't get a ground splat. If it's in the air splat, just take it. But a lot of people these days really starting to, you know, judge whether they want to go through the wall or not. And it's really cool to see.
100%, man. It's a great seeing how the meta develops in this game. Again, see the counter hit. You think you could play, but that 9-frame far edge just says you can't. I'm sorry. It is like the security on neutral. Like you're trying to get into the club, let's party. No, the bouncer tells you to get out.
Umisho finding a lot of approaches from that instant air dash, so that's really nice right there. That Locus actually got the counter there. Oh no, accidentally crossed up and so hopped into the corner, and that means that Umisho gonna get a nice little 6-hit combo there. Too high up for the Yosenzan.
I don't know what she did to Roger to make him do that, bro. Went the opposite way. Unfortunate.
Ooh, baited, and that's gonna take that game as well. Umisho going up 2-0 over Locus.
So the scary thing about Umisho, obviously, is that they're an incredible player. But on top of that, now they've won EVO, and that's a big confidence booster, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, she was already confident before, but she just won like a 2,000-person EVO tournament, World Championships, international competition, like winner side the whole time. Like, I don't know. She already was a super scary player, but like just watching now, it feels a little different. Like, it feels, like, you know, it's a little scary.
And you know, the best thing about it too is that, you know, obviously here on Series E, using the Happy Chaos, you get a lot of the people in the chat being like, oh, Umisho is carried by Happy Chaos, whatever. But like, Umisho, again, her defense is above and beyond most what I've seen from you know, other players, and the decision making that Umisho has is ridiculous. And we get to see that now with the bike, and you're gonna see that it's really just about the decision making.
Most definitely, brother. That is the thing that I think Umisho is so good at, is her decision making. Like, oh, all right, see, these Bridget's waking up with command grab. I got hit by that yesterday, and I didn't feel good about it, okay? I know Umisho's probably going to win this set, but I bet they're not going to feel good about getting hit by that.
Yeah, if you're Locus, you're like, hey, I got wake up command throw on you, okay? I got one read. Yeah. Umisho right now, obviously playing with the bike in, just going with the secondary character here. Happy Chaos, obviously very strong. Ooh, here we go, and now that little roll from Bridget actually hits on the way in too.
Yeah, that roll having an attack now, bro. That is actually something that's super good about it.
Yeah, definitely didn't happen before in the XX days. Ooh, here we go. Towards the corner you go. Knockdown set up, but yeah, not a safe jump. So love the side switch right there from Locus. Sets up the yo-yo. Oh, what?
Locus just DP'd after the parry.
Just a point blank DP. I love it. Let's go. But still, doesn't matter. Umisho ends up taking it anyway. 3-0 over Locus with the bike in, but awesome to see Bridget already represented here. This is a character that I gotta imagine as time goes on, she's gonna get scarier and scarier and scarier.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, man. The character, like you said, it definitely feels like it has a bit more depth to it than the initial roster, right? Or still most of the initial roster of Guilty Gear Strive, as we kind of have speculated from the beginning of the DLC characters, right? With Gold Lewis and Happy Chaos and Jacko. The characters have gotten more and more complicated, have gotten more and more resources to manage. And same thing with Bridget, right? No extra meter right there, but the sets with the yo-yos, the way you can kind of maneuver after the yo-yo with the roll and the different options from it. You could play it so fast with the character, actually, once you kind of get into a groove, and that is super sick to see because it definitely harkens back to her original identity as a playstyle. So yeah, again, I'm impressed with the translations, and I'm really having a lot of fun with her. Like, I've already been trying to play her against people, like legitimately, nice. Like one of these characters. Yeah, like her combos are fun, her buttons are fun to press. Like, she's fast. I mean, yeah, she has low health, but besides that, I mean, even her damage. People are kind of calling her low damage right now, but she has her good starters and whatnot that'll definitely make everybody bleed like everybody else in the cast. So definitely, I'm looking forward to playing her more and more and seeing her played more and more.
Look, I'll be perfectly honest with you, Ringe. After EVO, I haven't touched a fighting game yet.
I feel you, bro. That is completely understandable. Completely understandable. You know, we kind of get overloaded with fighting games at EVO, so
Dude,
taking a little bit of a break is, yeah.
I don't know if people remember what it was like, but like back in like EVO 2005, 2006, like before the Street Fighter 4, before the '09 rebirth, it literally was, EVO was in like the summer, and then people would just stop playing fighting games until like December. Like we all just kind of chilled a little bit. But these days with just circuits and more events, I mean, the tournaments don't stop. And I prefer it this way. I'm gonna be honest with you. I prefer it this way because fighting game action is just some of the best, as we've seen from EVO. I mean, those top 8s for like every game was ridiculous. And dude, I prefer it this way.
Yeah,
for sure.
You got to get in while the getting's good, right? And honestly, right now, people want to play, man. Like, even coming after EVO, there's tournaments every day, as you said, pretty much. There's a bunch of games to be played as well. We have such a plethora of fighting games right now. I'm like, bro, I want to play Guilty Gear Strive, but damn, so that DNF is still here. Like, DNF kind of took a backseat because it wasn't a main game, but that still had an incredible tournament at EVO. I want to get back to that. Multiverse is popping off. DVMZ is going to get rolled back, yada, yada. But LordKnight and Diaphone also repping the Bridget. He already put out a video about her on YouTube as well that I recommend people check out. Hey, go ahead.
Diaphone is just like the player when it comes to brand new characters, even like GBVS and every other game. As soon as a new character drops, that's who you see Diaphone play in the tournament next time, and it's really cool. I mean, it's just, that's talent right there, to be able to pick up a character and immediately start figuring out what's good with the character and then just taking him into a tournament right away.
I get so jealous of those people, man. I'm like, how are you so far along with this character already? You know, really is impressive. Diaphone, Leffen has been playing this character already at high level. Gobo, nice. Kid Viper, like the Kid Viper and Diaphone especially, I feel like always do that, along with Gobo. Like they're just always on the new character.
When are we getting some Kid Viper into this Series E, man?
You know, well, hopefully one day for sure they feel up to it. Because they're definitely, honestly, one of the best players in Strive, despite not entering a lot of tournaments.
I miss some Kid Viper, my Johnny hero from Exert days.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I forgot about that. You share the kinship with Johnny.
Yep. But LordKnight also go with the bike. And so funny that we're seeing the mirror image here. I mean a repeat matchup, I should say. Yeah. And what's funny about this too is because obviously Viking was really strong, but a lot of players going into EVO look like they want to. Ow! They wanted to keep their same characters going, but it feels like now, you know, EVO's done. It's time to experiment with other characters.
You hit the nail on the head, James. I mean, I talked to them personally myself, right? Not LordKnight, but I talked to Flash, and he definitely was waiting to experiment with other characters till after EVO. I'm sure LordKnight was in a similar boat with Milia, right? A lot of these players that have been kind of dedicated to a character for a lot of the game's lifespan wanted to go in with their best foot forward to EVO, and now that it's over, it's time to get real cheap. You know?
And there we go, getting the round on the board for LordKnight. We're tied 1 round apiece here. And again, obviously, if you've played Bridget in old games, you know, tossing the yo-yo was just the heavy button. That was toss it, heavy slash also brought it back. But now they actually made the yo-yo toss and recall actual motions. They're actual special moves now.
Yeah, and there's 2 versions of them. So there's a quarter circle forward version and a quarter circle back version. And the quarter circle forward version, it has an attack hitbox like immediately as it goes out. And the quarter circle back version doesn't. It just goes out and it goes off after a little bit of a set time.
Gotcha,
so that's the one that you kind of use on knockdowns for set play and whatnot. And then when you're trying to like zone people out along with the yo-yo, that's when you use the quarter circle forward version.
Nice. This was definitely one of the characters I tried playing in XX. Never really got that good with her, but it was definitely a lot of fun. Yeah, she's hard to use in the older games.
Definitely a wild child, man. That character is all over the screen constantly in the older games, and we're gonna see a little bit of that when you see players getting comfortable with this character for sure. Like, I'm already, like, in terms of speed, I've already been seeing Leffen play this character very, very fast. And obviously coming off 3rd at EVO, definitely a player to be respected when it comes to the skill level of Guilty Gear Strive. So yeah, I've already seen this character's potential, you know, tapped a little bit. And when I see players get more and more comfortable, I can't wait to see how fast she really is.
I'm not sure if I should do it or not, Ringe, because, you know, I wanted to make some comment about Leffen. You know, obviously, you know, you being the Zato player, but not the best Zato player in the world, right? Because definitely. No, I'm not gonna call out Latif like that. I already talked to him about that.
That's my dude right there. Oh man.
Oh man.
That was quite the tweet. We can talk about that tweet later. We can definitely talk about that tweet later. But right now, Diaphone.
It should be 1-0 LordKnight, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, for sure. Chalky in the chat.
Oh no. So Diaphone, yeah. Definitely alright, gonna give a kill here. They had a 100-meter before that. Could have gone with an RC conversion. But like James said, this character came out on Monday. So even if you know a lot of things, like, it's really hard to implement them immediately. So, you know, there's going to be things left on the table for sure. But I already like the way Diaphone's kind of approaching neutral with this character. A lot of trying to put the yo-yo out, using the Heelys as well. That's definitely something that you can kind of skip neutral with, especially if you hold 6. Look, yeah, rock the baby as well. Tick throws off rock the baby is definitely going to destroy people right now.
See,
like, yeah.
She didn't have a command throw before. What is with giving characters like Bridget and Leo command throws, man? What are you doing, Arxis?
That's what I saw too. I was like, bro, what? She's got a command grab now too? Definitely the trend for this game, right? And she's got a really interesting command grab because, like we said, it's 26 frames, it's a little bit slower, but you can see it travels, right? It's a little bit of a hop. And that hop actually does low crush some moves. I've already seen some people get their low pokes dodged by that. And she can actually do it in the air. She can grab you out of the air with it, or she can hold it and will actually go all the way and grab you on the ground. So yeah, a bit trickery when it comes to that.
I do see Locus in the chat here, you know, talking about the repeated matchup here. But, you know, if Locus has any time, you know, just I'd love to see what their thoughts are on Bridget so far and how much they're enjoying playing Bridget so far.
Yeah,
look at that range. Oh.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like with that, so she's got, oh no, her versus got baited. That's what happened. LordKnight not gonna be able to kill just yet. 6P RC into a throw. Let's go, Diaphone. Low checked. Yeah, she's got long distance on that. She's using the yo-yo to close the distance.
Yeah, you see that? I think it was the yo-yo that didn't hit on the way out. Oh, dang! What'd you say? 9 frames,
Forest, bro. Yeah.
9 frames, far slash.
That button is ridiculous, man. Oh, that cannon. That was a real smart way to kind of stop that. And she can cancel her roll with double jump, air backdash, whatever moves. So there is ways to bait stuff out.
So good. Here we go. Yep, throws out the yo-yo to the other side for the trap and for the roll as well. Can't roll unless the yo-yo is planted like that. Nice defense by LordKnight there, but finally opened up by the throw.
I'll tell you, bro, these tick command grabs, because you can cancel, like, all the normals that you can cancel in the specials, it all works as a tick grab with the command grab.
Okay.
So it is definitely going to catch people off guard right now. It's very smart. And Diaphone plays Enchantress in DNF, and she has, like, her whole gimmick to land a command throw is tick throws. So he's very used to this. Like, no BS.
Your Enchantress kin out there, right? Your Enchantress brother.
He knows he's on the council.
Yeah, Locus saying that the character is too fun right now. That's really, really cool to see.
She is, dude. She is a mad fun. Like, no cap.
Yeah, she's one of those characters that as soon as the trailer dropped, I felt like everybody was like, yeah, I want to play this character.
Yeah, I don't blame them. Like, I definitely just saw that from the trailer she looked cool, but actually playing her is ridiculous.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me, like, I feel like everybody who saw the Kimberly trailer for Street Fighter 6 was like the same thing, right? Like, everyone wants to play that character now.
Viking's gonna be able to live through that.
Yeah. Still alive. You talked about that. Bridget's not the highest damage output of characters it seems so far, but again, that mobility and the ability to mix you up with that roll. We've already seen the empty lows and we've already seen the, you know, the aerial highs and such. So good mix-ups for the character.
And like some of her, like you said, you already highlighted her range, right? Like she shouldn't get mad damage off those combos, right? Like that would be absurd if she got like high damage off of some of her half screen conversions that she gets without meter. So I'm glad that she doesn't. And there already are, like, if you want to spin RC, you can get like a good amount of damage off of those long range combos. But even like a 2H, like anti-air in the corner, non-counter hit, if you have a super to end that combo, it's doing as much damage as a lot of the really high damage stripe combos.
Right.
So yeah, she has access to it, but definitely not off, and maybe not as frequently as a lot of the other characters.
All right, so LordKnight here, down 1-2, trying to find their way in, using that, using the claw a lot for the range to try to match Diaphone's Bridget range. Nice backdash to bait out the DP.
Yeah, and Diaphone also has the advantage in this situation that he is a Viking player himself, right? Also plays EVO, so he's gonna know a lot of what LordKnight's bringing to the table. While LordKnight's gonna be like, "What the hell is Bridget doing right now? Empty low, going high off this roll, breaking my ass through the wall." It's definitely tough.
Yeah, I mean, in XX, she definitely had a lot of abilities to, you know, do a lot of yo-yo traps with, like, slash into set the yo-yo, slash into recall the yo-yo and such, but I feel like it seems like her offense is even more potent in this game than it was. She was like a pseudo-turtle-y character in XX, like, kind of. It was like the turtle until you found your way in, but this Bridget right here feels a little more aggressive.
Yeah, I would agree, honestly. She definitely was kind of a runaway type character before, where she can kind of get to the top of the screen and annoy you and bait you into overextending. And this Bridget definitely has a bit more incentive to knock you down and run her stuff without kind of making you come in.
Yeah, she used to have like a bazillion ways to set her yo-yo. She could set it in like all 8 directions, or it would roll on the ground and roll behind you and all this stuff, so, you know.
Ooh, the DP saving Diaphone's heart right there. We're still alive.
Yep, sets up the yo-yo, goes right in for the roll and gets the conversion, but a little too fast on the cancel into the slash. Again, early stuff. We're all going to be learning that timing as we go, but another DP baited out by LordKnight, and that means LordKnight is indeed going to tie it up 2-2.
As a player who doesn't have a DP on my other characters, much like Diaphone, I understand Diaphone. I too like to mash DP on Bridget. It's just how it is, man. When you don't have a DP on your other characters, you just gotta, you have to let it out when you finally do. So went for it there, right? Especially with the aggression from LordKnight, obviously very close to closing out the round. That's always a smart time to bet on the DP, but LordKnight is a veteran of the game. He's seen that many of times, so he just had the right read in this instance. I like LordKnight also using the Beast Coast colors for Viking.
I was about to say, it sounds like how I used to play Guile in the old days. Every time I played Guile, I just flash kicked everywhere. Maybe I should play Leo, because then maybe I would have some success, you know? Just flash kick everywhere and look just like all the other Leos.
I don't know, James. Did you see my blog? We kept track of the successful flash kicks from Leos for a game. Yeah, he hit like 70% of them, but still lost the game. So
fair enough. You know? Okay.
Flash
See, thank you. You encouraged me not to use Leo. I'm happy now. So.
I have to protect the world from more Leo players. This is how it goes.
And here, right now, Diaphone trying to get in there for the rush down. Gets to get caught by Yozensan. Extended by the Roman cancel. And there's that meaty safe jump to Tommy.
Yeah, using the DPRC to bypass it. Oh, and then baits out the burst. She needs to get the wall splat here. Oh no, Diaphone doesn't get it. Oh no, doesn't convert off the process either. Again, week 1, just probably day 2 on this character. Very tough for him to convert fully, but man, you can see the potential already. And the throw is gonna do it with the OTG. Heartbreaker for Diaphone right there.
Yeah, it was really smart though. Got him with the claw, and then instead of going for the follow, just run up for the throw afterwards. Follow-up definitely wasn't going to kill. The throw into the OTG was going to do it for sure.
Bro, that maze from the sky. It's so hard to 6P that button. Yeah, trying to go low, but you can see LordKnight getting a little bit more familiar with the setup now. If you're not going to be clean with it, then be able to jump out. Oh, God. You can quick RC that and go low, too. It's kind of like a Bandit Revolver.
Dude, I love the animations for Bridget. I mean, the close slash is just such a cool-looking animation.
I am going to gush. I've been already planning to gush about her animations after this match, so
nice.
Don't you worry. We will definitely talk about that.
I saw your tweet too with her rocking out to the music, the neutral stance.
Oh yeah,
definitely retweeted that.
Goes with everything, bro. It really does.
Oh man.
Oh, the close eyes, but yeah, again, see, just not too familiar with the conversions, but gonna use the yo-yo out for the roll. Long distance on the Viking.
Yeah, you see that every time you get that hit into the follow-up, it gives you that safe
so
jump.
Good.
Oh no, too early on the follow-up. Didn't get the juggle quite there. And just, was scared of the 6P or DP or something like that. Came in with the faultless defense and just got thrown on landing. And that gave Diaphone a huge momentum shift.
Oh my goodness, get shot out of the sky. It baits out the DP. That's what LordKnight was looking for last time. I think he definitely was looking for a Diaphone waiting to get the burst safe. 100% meter. Oh my goodness, just goes flying past her. Oh my goodness, used it again, trying to skip the neutral by any means necessary. No meter on the table for either side now. Oh, gonna come down to
just
a few
tiny
hits.
bit of life. Oh my god, the throw. OTG, no, just set up instead and got caught low. It looked like it just got caught standing. Watch your legs, and unfortunately that means LordKnight is gonna go to the losers bracket by the tiniest of pixels.
Her 2S, man, it definitely goes mad far, and you can convert for a decent amount of damage off of it because of her range on the 5 heavy slash as well. So before we move on to talking more about Bridget, because I do want to talk about her animations and her buttons, kind of some of her follow-ups as well, I want to talk about LordKnight on biking, because I'm very happy to see this particular choice. Because as much as LordKnight has been associated with Millia, obviously a tremendous Millia player in Exert, has been playing Millia for a long time in Guilty Gear. To me, a lot of his character choices that are not in Guilty Gear are not reflective of Millia. Like, I feel like he plays characters and not her style at all in every other game. Maybe I could be mistaken in a game or two, but when I think about LordKnight and BlazBlue and Persona, even Dragon Ball I think he was a little bit more mixy, but you kind of had to be when he played in that game. But when it comes to like Persona and BlazBlue, a lot of the time he plays these characters that have really strong neutral tools. They have these really strong neutral buttons, like especially Mitsuru, right? Mitsuru was the queen of mids. Like all she did was just have like big ass buttons, and you were like, what am I supposed to do? So because of that, like I like seeing biking on him for that player, or on LordKnight, just because it feels more of his style to me, and I've seen him be very successful at that style before. So I want to see the biking, but we're already into the next match, action packed. Maybe the Bridget discussion will be safe for later.
Yeah, and I absolutely congratulations to Bean. Dude, I know we've seen Bean a million times here, but being top 8 at EVO, I wanted to see Bean run through everybody because I've become a huge fan of them here thanks to Series E.
Hell yeah, man. I couldn't believe I was like Bean in top 8. Now, I knew they were legit. They've been holding it down on chips since the beginning of Strive. But again, like 1 year into competitive fighting games, I just wasn't expecting them to get so far. And man, I had the egg on my face. Incredible player time and time again. Glad to see them at Series E. Again, no days off for these young guns too. They're just right back at it. Top 8 at EVO, championships at EVO. Let me get in that Series E action immediately.
Yeah, and I'm also happy to see that Shine has been sticking largely with Potemkin, you know, using Potemkin mostly at EVO. I know he dabbled in the Giovanna for a while, but, you know, has to go back to the true pro tag here in Potemkin.
Yeah, exactly. Shine is just... sometimes certain characters are in your heart, and to me that is what it comes down to with him and Potemkin. Like, he just seems like a match for the character, and I don't know, man, I just can't picture him anybody else. It just didn't feel right watching him play Giovanna, honestly.
Yeah, but you know, this is a tough match. I mean, this is one of those matches where obviously Bean needs to hit Shine like 70 times, and then Shine hits Bean once and Shine wins. And that's the scary part, because Bean is so dead right now. This is like one of the premier examples of, depending on which side you talk to, they'll tell you this match is like 9-1, you know?
Yeah, 100%. Like some people, like no matter which side of the matchup, some people are gonna really hate it. Like no matter like what it objectively is in favor of, like both players on the sides of them are not gonna like it.
Bean's gotten hit by one move so far.
Exactly, right? He just tied the game up after hitting Shine 45 times. Like,
oh man. Oh, okay, I like that. YRC get rid of Potemkin's potential for the mix-up off the Garuda. Oh, God, there we go, the back.
Oh, my goodness, I can't believe he took the air throw. I'm sorry.
That was such a read by Shine, and Bean still somehow came away unscathed.
I cannot believe he took that. That was bonkers.
Okay. Again, death by 1,000 paper cuts, challenging with the punches into back Mega Fist. Oh, that's going to be able to kill if he blocks the burst. And Shine taking game number 1.
Man, something that's so annoying about fighting games is fighting these characters that have these moves that have these drastic hurt box manipulation to them, right? Like a Mega Fist. Like from him to go immediately into whatever it's called, why am I blanking on that move right now? Slide head into Mega Fist like that. Like it's just such a jarring hurt box change. Like Bean tried to press a button right there and he just got hit because all of a sudden he's just in the air and dodged his button and got RC followed up and just bursted out of panic, right? Like it is just so annoying to deal with.
I mean, Mega Fist seriously is like, if you think of it this way, like as one of the fastest jumps in the game, because he literally disappears from that whole grounded position and instantly goes into the air. And so like while you're trying to attack him on the ground and he Mega Fist, you're just like, what happened? And I mean, as a Potemkin player, I definitely abuse Mega Fists. So.
Yeah, you have to do that. Like in this game, being a big body like Potemkin, like you have to abuse that hurt box manipulation. Like because people are always going to be trying to tag you, right? Because they feel like you're in range more because of your size.
Yeah, and it's so crazy because back Mega Fist in the corner is probably, like if it was on any other character, it would be the most broken move in the game. But, you know, that it's on Potemkin, I mean, hashtag buff Potemkin, I'll throw it out there one time, but, you know.
Man, what a beautiful back dash from Bean right there, dodging the slide, hitting in the punish afterwards perfectly. That was, oh man, this dude is real good.
Oh, and the classic Bean ending. He's so good at pestering you with lows. Like, out of all the chips that I see, he's always going 2K, to dust, going for the second hit of the Rekka. He's just going low, 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 to the point where he manipulates you into just being so scared to stand up. And then that 6K, always to finish the round. Always to finish the round.
Yeah, he never lets an opportunity pass him by when it comes to at least signature Bean round closer. It's just so good because, as you mentioned, he conditions you. That's the game plan, right? He sticks to it after so long. And look at that. After 2 games of the lows, you're thinking about the overhead for a round inner. He brings out the one you haven't seen yet. He is just so good at cycling through Chip's options that, I mean, we saw it, right? A lot of people kind of underplay this character or underrate him, and Bean was like, "No, I'll make top 8 EVO, hardest tournament in the world on Chip. Don't test me."
There's only like, oh, nice, being aware that that was gonna clash, and basically reverse beated his DP into two punch, dude. Into
that
2P.
Was the perfect way to put it, James. Like he legitimately used that as a reverse beat.
Yeah. And yeah, dude, top 8 oh, he ran the jump. But top 8 in 2,000 man bracket in a game. I mean, look, no one's gonna sit here and pretend Strive is not a volatile game here.
Oh yeah,
dude, it is so easy just to die, you know, because someone just Hail Married a heavenly Potemkin buster or something. But Bean getting into top 8 with Chip, oh, like I said, I was so happy for him.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Guilty Gear Strive is a volatile game, even if you play Nagoriyuki and Potemkin and go lose the high health characters. He's playing the lowest health character in the game, and like he made top 8. Ridiculous for sure. Oh, finally Shine gets the hard read. Oh, and he follows it up with another grab. RC actually keeping it locked and loaded, huh?
Oh, just going for Chip.
Oh,
man. And see, here we go. This is what we're talking about right here. Potemkin just has the ability to delete you like that. And, you know, Shine going for the Potemkin Buster when that's clearly overkill is really smart because as Bean, you're like, well, you know what? He can probably kill me in 2K sweep. That's a safer option. So, of course, he's going to go for that. He's not going to Potemkin Buster. I have so little health. And that's why Shine went for that option instead.
Exactly. The grappler meta.
Oh, yeah. Shout outs to Slash as well. May, right? There's another character everybody had kind of written off.
Oh, I'm so happy he got second, because I remember after the patch at CEO, I was like, you know, a lot of people don't like May, but I talked to Slash and he was like, no, May's probably better than before. And then all of them clapped up everybody, got second place. I was like, let's go, man. Show these people that they don't know what the hell they're talking about. And yeah, I mean, he was definitely the one that was bringing so many new things to the table, right? Like, I think a lot of people saw for the first time what a true display of Maytech was when he was in top 8. Like, the way he was utilizing the dolphin change and coming up short and command grabbing people off of it, using it for combo extensions, just ridiculous from start to finish.
Also, you know, I know there's a match going on here, but I really do want to take the time to shout out like Apology Man and the Reversal crew and the Can Opener guys for all the cool exhibitions that we got. I know you got to do the Reversal Can Opener stuff. I haven't watched the archive of the Hotashi Latif match, but I mean, I think we all came away this weekend from just, dude, the parity in skill in this game right now between all the different regions is unlike anything I've ever seen before, and I really feel like rollback netcode has a lot to do with that.
I absolutely agree, man. I think when it came to fighting games and its history with competitive skill level, a lot of the time Japan was ahead of the pack early on, and I mean, they had the arcade culture the most, right? Like, that arcade culture really fed into how good you got at fighting games early on. That's why the hotbeds were Japan and California and New York, where a lot of the arcades were. But now with rollback netcode, that kind of thing, and with a lot of arcades going away, both the combination of those two things have really kind of closed the gap when it comes to global skill level. And yeah, man, I mean, thank goodness for rollback netcode 100%.
Yeah, Strive changing the culture of video games, and now, I mean, I have seen just the elation from Dragon Ball FighterZ fans out there. Ooh, we've got super PRC techs here. Waking up the buttons.
But yeah, B's gonna be able to close this one out. Wall split off the super, and yeah, I mean, James, like, it's gonna be tough. You guys gotta bear with me and James today, because coming off of EVO, there's so much news and so many things to talk about that it's like we're treating half of this like a podcast. You just gotta let us rock. You know what I'm saying? Like, agreed. Like, Dragon Ball FighterZ getting the rollback, the elation, the just everybody being so happy. I mean, it's one of those things, right? That is like, just, it really revitalized. I couldn't believe how many people were immediately like, what's my team? Like, I'm coming up with my team right now. Like, I'm gonna run back into Dragon Ball. It's just so beautiful, man. I mean, on Sunday I was doing in-house commentary for Strive, and the easiest pop I got all night was make some noise for rollback, right? Yeah. Everybody was crazy, like.
Yeah, dude, Samurai Showdown in 2023 getting rollback. I mean, what is this, man? What timeline are we in? But I mean, the way that it all relates to this, honestly, I don't think all that would have happened if it wasn't for Strive. We even heard the KOF guys talk about it on Harada's bar that, yeah, KOF was originally supposed to be the same old delay-based netcode, and they changed it to rollback. And, you know, I think a lot of it comes down to what Strive was able to accomplish. And we saw over 2,000 people at EVO. We see how popular it is. We see how strong everybody is. And a lot of that, I mean, shout outs to the man, Lord Zynak out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, man.
I got nothing but love for Arxis for being the first Japanese developer to really take the leap. Because I completely understand not believing in something until you see it for yourself, right?
Yeah.
And it's hard seeing it for yourself from a completely different continent. Sure, we've had successful North American fighting games with rollback netcode, right? The Skullgirls, the Killer Instincts, and whatnot. But it's hard, bro. There's a disconnect. As global of a world as we are now, it's just not the same until you see it done by your own. And that's why Arxis, they took the leap. They listened to us, right? We cried about it from the heavens. We screamed from the rooftops. Shout outs to Rollback, shout outs to Sajam leading the way, you know what I mean? And we screamed about it. And they were like, all right, we're going to do it. And I mean, everybody showed out for it, right? I'm glad that Also, I'm glad that the fighting game community wasn't just talk about it, right? Everybody came out and supported Guilty Gear Strive heavy. Like, it made it the most successful selling Guilty Gear game of all time. And that really proved to all of Japan, and really, I think, on a global scale now, that rollback will significantly affect your game positively.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is coming, everyone calls me the Street Fighter shill, but I'm gonna say it, man. Street Fighter V kind of did almost irreparable damage to rollback netcode at first, right? Because the quality of it was so spotty, and a lot of people, that was their first experience. In fact, for Japan, a lot of it, that was their first experience with the netcode. And, you know, a lot of people out there were like, that's where a lot of the anti-rollbacksers came from, right? I mean, they were just like, no, I don't want this. But Strive came out, kind of showed them what was the potential, and we are in a good timeline right now. We are in a good timeline.
That's definitely an important piece of information that I overlooked, was the fact that the backlash from Street Fighter V's original netcode. What's up?
We always forget, you know, like when we talk about rollback, we forget, you know, because it was just not, it wasn't great.
Yeah, it'd be like that for sure. Man. Oh, Flash, who are you playing, Flash? I didn't even see. It better be somebody cheap.
Right. That's right.
If it's Kai, I'm gonna text him right now. Okay.
Oh, is he
Bridget.
playing the
Okay,
Bridget?
Good.
Okay.
This is one of the characters he wanted a lot, right? Paragon's own Flash. He was talking about Bridget or Jam. Those were his top two characters that he desired the most.
Okay.
So he got Bridget. He didn't get his tried and true. He's won many a tournament on old Guilty Gears on with Jam, but this is at the second best that he wanted. I like a good Jam session. That was a low blow. You can't say that up against Flash. She can't use that quote, bro.
Yo. It's almost like the game knew, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But yeah, we all know Flash is chomping at the bit for that Jam. I'm surprised Jam wasn't the first character announced for Season 2. Now, obviously, there's some people saying that Giovanna kind of feels a little bit of that Jam role of being the close-range brawler, striker type character, you know, but
interesting.
Jam obviously does have a lot of differences from Giovanna, and I would love to see Jam come back in, but bring Johnny first. But yeah, so cool.
The backdash getting clipped. Oh, and Flash getting it 2-gate out of his boots right now. Don, very aggressive, really subscribing to the theory where, like, I am not going to be put on the defensive by Bridget because I don't know what she does. So how about just play a bunch of offense?
Yeah, that's one of the nice things. If you could run your offense really well, especially with a character like, you know, your safe jumps are going to work, your offense is going to work, you don't have to worry about what the other character wants to do.
You know, she has good damage, but she's another one of those characters, right, where a lot of the time she gets smaller hits unless it's a specific starter. But Bridget is the third lowest health character in the game, actually bumping Zato up a slot. So very low health on Bridget. So it's going to hurt as much as it is pretty much on any of the lower tier characters in terms of health.
It's just very low guts values and low defensive rating, basically, right? Okay. I'm going to have to look those numbers up. I actually don't know what her numbers are directly.
Yeah, I don't know the numbers. I just remember she's third lowest now. I was like, Zato, number 4, let's go.
Stealth buff to Zato.
Yeah, like, it doesn't really change anything at all. Like, but, you know, whatever. You know how Zato players are, bro. Anything to brag about with the character, we will.
Dude, Zato is obviously fine, dude.
Oh, yeah. Definitely a cheap bastard of a character, for sure.
Oh, man. It's so crazy. Because obviously Bridget, you know, she had the Tord Slash before, which was that super far range attack. But now she has the standing heavy slash. And that thing looks mad far and mad fast, dude. Like, it looks really good.
It's really good. So she has a follow-up too off of her slash, her far slash and her heavy slash that is also like an even longer range thing. So yeah, it definitely is quite impressive, just the amount she can make you block from the distance that she's at.
That's so cool. I definitely need to mess with this character. So I haven't even unpacked yet, Ringe. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm right there with you, James. Most of the stuff is still in my car.
Yep. Oh, man. Oh, nice. Tries to get out of there with the stroke, the big tree, but here comes Flash getting in the corner. Did get beat up pretty badly in the first game, but, you know, obviously new character, and it looks like Flash, once he gets his offense rolling, you can see right there, baits out the burst, gets game number 2. It's 1-1.
Mm-hmm. And you see that close S right there, too. 2 hits, so also definitely a strong normal for a lot of reasons. Makes it easy to kind of burst bait, as you just saw him utilize right there. But also, because of her set timer on the yo-yo, like the quarter circle back version of it, you can really buy time for like proper explosion combos with the 2 hits of that close S.
And I don't want to hear those excuses, Flash. He says day number 2. Come on, dude. Look, you've been playing Guilty Gear for like 2 decades or something like that, man. You should just be jumping into Bridget and just being like, whatever.
Yeah, day 2, more like decade 2, bucko.
Right. Exactly. Multiply that by 10, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, man. No, of course, it takes a while to get used to these characters.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you look at the damage that Flash is doing already on day 2. Can you imagine what a day, like a month 2, Bridget, is going to be like from Flash?
I'm telling you, man. Yeah, I would definitely love to see Flash stick with Bridget for a little while. Really flesh out the character a bit, because yeah, he already did so much work with Kai, right? 9th place at EVO, like just a 1 match shy of top 8. So yeah, I mean, Flash did an incredible job as well.
I mean, honestly, like Flash was, oh no, you got baited. Yeah, safe jumps from Eno is very common. And here we go, offense. No, just kind of was waiting to see if there was going to be another DP from Flash, but then still managed to get that overhead off of the ground dash.
Yeah, Flash might have been in the middle of a DP input, to be honest, when he got hit.
That's true. Oh no, the back throw into the corners is a problem. Here we go, set.
Yeah, trying to shimmy her out her thigh-high boots right there, but Dawn staying true, staying disciplined. Ooh, you see, yes, they hit on the way in on the roll. Now it's definitely pulling. I don't know the actual hitbox on it, but it seems pretty good.
Oh, just sniped from downtown, really making good use of that chemical love to try to control the space. But now the burst, and it was a gold burst for Flash. A lot of meter here, gonna go right into the super. So,
that was nice, yeah. So when you see that super, the bear keeps going, I think, or something like that. There's like a bear hit that keeps going. It's definitely strange.
Got it. So just a Roman cancel, and the opponent still got to grin and bear it, basically. So, okay.
Exactly. I see you, James. See you precisely, bro. It's looking real grisly for them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I feel the polar opposite. Anyways, yeah. Not working. I'm still my brain is still fried from EVO.
Bro, my brain went into hyperspeed right now trying to find another bear species. I was like, I don't know. I can't do it. I was like, I don't know another one.
Oh, man.
Oh, Flash, very close to taking down this other hard on Dawn. Oh, look at nice. 6 feet out the sky.
Yeah, it was nice. And here we go, the pressure from Dawn. And there we go. Dawn's like, look, I was a former partnered player here on Series E. I'm going to get my spot back, going up 2-1 over Flash Metroid.
Well done, man. Yeah, and Flash, he got that space back. He tried, it looked like, to press far S, I think. And it's a decent button. I don't think it's that fast. I got to double check the speed on it. But definitely, you want to press that button a lot of time when you're at that range, especially against Eno. Like 2S can get hover dashed, I think, from that range. I think it's a little bit quicker, but it can get hover dashed. So far, S was a smart button, just a little bit too slow. That's the perils of learning a new character, right? He just didn't know that he was a couple of frames too late to use that there. But you can see he's already opening with the 6P, which would have worked in that situation. So I think he's going to look for that more.
Yeah, and you see right there, Flash, just trying to get in a lot with that roll. And you can see Dawn right now ready for it a lot of times with that 6P. So, as the Bridget players play this, I mean, when you're in training mode, right, the roll obviously seems like one of the best ways to start your offense. But, as you play fighting games, you'll have to start learning all the other ways in once the opponent starts reading those.
Most definitely. And the Forest is 10 frames faster than I thought. But yeah, and that's why like she has that ability to cancel the roll, right? She can do the double jump, she can do the bear move, she can do the back dash. So yeah, but again, that's going to take some time to implement properly and to remember all of what you have at your disposal. So once he sees that Dawn has been doing specific answers for anti-airs, maybe he will start kind of backdashing or baiting them out a little bit. Her 2H is a really good anti-air tool as well. We've seen Flash kind of fish for it. A lot of the Bridgets are already looking for that. Great damage starter as well.
Here we go, and no burst for Flash. He should be able to get a burst before the end of this round. If he can just hold off for a little bit, there you go. He's going to have a burst ready to go, and so that's good for him. Oh, he's going to need it right now, so there you go. Just in time to try to stay alive. Tried to go for a little shimmy there. Dawn not biting on that. Oh,
indeed. Oh, all right, poking back. I'm going to set out the yo-yo again. Oh, try for the throw. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he held back for a second. Still gets the 2K at the end. My goodness, Dawn just backdashing for his life. All he needed was a trade, and he found it. 3-1. Great job from Dawn, really just recognizing that he just needed a button and a scramble, and then he was going to look for that, especially against Flash, just getting used to Bridget, right? It's going to be tough to have all of your setups super clean on the character already, so definitely Dawn knew the mission and accomplished it, but I already like the potential I'm seeing from Flash. I want to see maybe a little bit more of the tick throws. That's the only thing I got to say, because I think the tick throw is so cheap right now. Like, week 1, everybody's going to get hit by it. But yeah, man, I like what I'm seeing from the Bridget for sure.
Yeah, and it's interesting, though, right? Because Flash is probably the kind of player that knows, like, oh, relying on gimmicks early, like almost kind of like, oh, people are going to learn to fight it, so maybe this is not real, so I want to learn without it and try to get wins without it. But like I said, a Flash month 2 Bridget will be absolutely terrifying if Flash decides to stick with the character. Obviously, we're still all evaluating this character to see how strong Bridget is in the end.
Yeah, man, I'm definitely looking forward to more and more Bridget play. I love that we've already gotten so many people playing Bridget just off rip like this. But of course, thank you all for joining us so far. I want to hear what our boys Yeso and Jake Ryan have to say about the action so far.
So far, we've had some pretty expected results and some pretty exciting results. We've had a lot of Bridget, which is what I'm most happy about, and I wanted to like dive into a little bit of what the EVO results were. Obviously, seeing Umisho with the Baiken winning TNS before, winning EVO with the Happy Chaos, going back to the Baiken here, really convincing victory in the first set against Bridget. Bringing your day 2 Bridget against Umisho's Baiken or even Happy Chaos, you know, EVO champion. That's a tough ask. That's pretty hard. Like,
yeah, I couldn't agree more, and I was so impressed with Umisho, especially because, I mean, that top 8 was stacked. Slash was looking incredible in top 8. You had to play against Leffen. Like, that was a
the second best Zato in the world, right? Sorry, Latif, I love you, brother. I love you, my habibi. But yeah, that was a wonderful first set that we had with Umisho, and then we got to see even more Bridget. Obviously, we got to see LordKnight on the Baiken versus Bridget. We got Baiken Bridget. I didn't think I didn't think we were going to be able to say that, and you know, we're not going to be able to get to see any more of LordKnight today. Sadly, went 0-2, the first player of Series E to go 0-2 to Bridget. So, you know, really rough draw, but LordKnight did end up getting 49th at EVO, so one of the strongest players in the world, obviously. So we're going to see them, you know, in later Series E and even more online competition. And then when you dive down even further, you saw Shine again on the Potemkin, had to fight against Bean, top 8 placer in EVO again. Like, the fact that 5 out of the top 8 spots in EVO are Series E regulars, that tells you something about the competition we have here. So going 0-2, you know, oh, wow, that's an upset. Bro, half of the players, like most of our players got the top 8 in EVO. You can't be ashamed of that. It's like, oh, yeah, I lost to Daigo, bro. Like,
oh, that's terrible.
That sucks. You're trash. No, you can't even say that. Like, oh, man.
I think it's awesome to note, and especially when you look at EVO as a whole. There was a great tweet Monday morning looking at the champions across all of the major titles and the international representation, and that's awesome. Right? That's what you want to see in the FGC. It's cool, but we're also, you know, Americans. So we were looking at that. Umisho, Sonic Fox, you know, US got a couple of titles in there, so that feels good. But I know a lot of the conversation going into EVO was how were the regions going to stack up against each other, right? We're finally getting to see international competition at the top level for the first time since Strive released.
Oh, yeah.
And I would say the early returns are US is probably just about as good as we thought they were.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I think a lot of people were coming in thinking that, Latif, the Japanese players.
It's just going to be a big skill issue.
Are going to beat up on America. America's been playing in the bubble. And I think what we've seen is that America's actually just can stack up against the best players in the world, at least in Guilty Gear Strive.
Yeah, I mean, there was like this thought for a second. It's like, oh yeah, America's playing with each other. They're all on Discord, working hard to beat the rest of the world. And it's like, small fish, big fish, small pond. No, we were the big fish in the big pond. Mm-hmm. And it felt really good, especially to see Umisho, who was my expected player to get first or make it to that top 8 as a guaranteed, and Umisho, she did the job.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. Getting to meet Umisho's family, they were wearing the Happy Chaos t-shirts. Right? It was so touching. It was such a touching moment, and I think the defining moment for me of why fighting games are so great is seeing Umisho jump off the stage, give Razzo the biggest hug in the world, and it was just such a beautiful scene because they earned it, even though all the murmurs in the back in the player green room was like, how do we beat this character?
Yeah.
What do we do? Is Slash the hero? Slash figured out how to keep Umisho without bullets, and Umisho was like, I got another Glock ready to go.
Yeah.
And we've got even more matches ready to go here because James and Ringe are going to take us to the next episode. Take it away, boys.
Welcome back. Well, you didn't really go anywhere, I guess. You just said what's up to Jake Ryan and the ASO. But welcome back to the portion of the show ran by myself and James Shedd, and of course all the lovely production people handling Esports Arena and Series E. James, what's good, man?
Dude, it's exciting. It's exciting times. We've got all sorts of new drops and new information from EVO, and really high res Jins and Kazuya's and Tekken. Ooh, I forgot which character it was. It was Kazuya, right? Kazuya. Really high res Kazuya's there. So, oh man, all sorts of cool stuff coming from EVO. So, I haven't even had a chance to check out the Orochi CYS in KOF, and so it's a good time. It's a good time to be a fighting game fan.
Most definitely, bro. There's, oh my goodness, and the Bridget action don't stop. I'm real happy I played this character a little bit, because if neither of us did, we'd be in a little bit of trouble, I think. But luckily, you got the legacy knowledge, and I got the new knowledge, and combined, we are unstoppable.
In hindsight, I definitely effed up Bridget.
Nah, bro, I mean, I wouldn't have expected to see these many Bridgets, to be honest with you. I don't blame you at all.
Oh, man. I probably should have messed with the character a little bit beforehand. I definitely watched the videos, though, the nice little tutorial videos that they set out from Arxis put up themselves. So
we got a 3 out of 5 here. This is the first game. Let's talk about the animations. We never really talked about the animations before. So obviously, yes, the idle stance, both standing and crouching, goes with every song possible. It's amazing. But just in general, I think all of her animations are so good. The yo-yo, the way it smears, the anime stretching it does, is one of my favorite parts of her animations. It happens when she pulls the yo-yo back on her long-range normals, and the jump D smear is really nice too.
I just saw it. I just saw the yo-yo turning into an oval basically as it was pulling back. And honestly, I mean, this is why I keep saying that Arxis is the only company I would ever trust to make a Darkstalkers game, dude, at this point in time. At least just the graphics of it, because what they have managed to figure out, and just, I mean, it's so beautiful. And they've even tried to make sure in this version, in Exerd, there was a lot of the stretching, when Maze does her wind pose, she's actually 3 times taller than she actually is. But in this game they tried to avoid that as much as possible to allow for more of the camera zooms and pans and stuff like that, and they are so good at this now, I swear. And I remember when Exerd came out, I was they can't keep making the characters look better, but every new character looked better and better, and they're doing the same thing here in Strive, dude.
Yeah, oh my goodness, that was a wild clash to see. I didn't realize that was gonna happen. They both used the first to go forward, so their hit attacks actually clashed, and then the yo-yo still got set. That was weird. But I remember when Exerd came out, and people were mind blown. They had a whole ass game developer conferences on Exerd because of like the dust, when you can launch people in the dust and the camera would shift, and everybody was like, "Oh, these are real 3D models in a world that is existing. It is not like a 2D sprite." And even though it looks so incredible, right? And yeah, as you mentioned, they have only taken it to the next level and beyond in this game. Like, it is wild to see. Like, I still can't believe Zato's amorphous animation.
Dude,
like,
right?
the effect goes and the way it pans around the camera, I'm like, I don't know how they've gotten so cinematic and so sick. And, like, being able to make these characters real models in a 3D environment, just ridiculous, for sure.
I still remember when the first Exerd trailer dropped and Sol and Kai clash and it like spun around them. I thought they made that just for the trailer. Like, I just didn't believe it was actually models for like at least a while until I was like, wait, what?
And they've just been able to pull off incredible graphic feats time and time again. I mean, starting with, even before Exerd, but really with the Exerd tech. And kind of since then with Strive and Dragon Ball, they've just continued to take it to the next level.
Yeah, Grand Blue, DNF, and everything. Yeah. It's like,
everything is so beautiful.
Like I said, they're the only ones that I will trust with a Darkstalkers game graphically, man. It's the only way to make a Darkstalkers game is like this.
That was sick from Lapras. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. When it comes to it, just the graphics, they're unmatched. Especially in this anime type style. But right now, Lapras, ends up getting thrown. Yeah. When you hit that high on that jump S, you really need to cancel into a jump H or something else because you are susceptible to throws.
Yeah, I mean, especially back in the older Guilty Gears, those were one-frame throws, man. That was always like one of my favorite defensive options, was just to block a jump and then throw, dude. Yo, we've got Roger on a bike, dude.
Yeah. I'm definitely glad they kept some type of Roger flame wheel type thing for sure. And then the Heelys.
Not nearly as much of a nuisance as the original Roger on a flame bike, but still.
It has its uses. It's a pretty good in certain circumstances. You can like bait out anti-airs with it. We'll see. It doesn't seem too crazy, but we'll see if someone finds some wild use for it.
Right, counter hit into the corner, and it's interesting because last game, the first round, Lapras just went in crazy with the offense, and then it's been Solstice ever since. But here comes Lapras, has the ability to be able to do this, and the action is going to get the wall break to go through. So hard knockdown. What's the setup?
Was that 6P like PRC?
Like, right? Because it looked like it just went right, like the drift almost made her go through the hitbox of the stand slash, because she didn't have to block or get hit by anything. That was really weird.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if like the active frames were up and he just drifted in behind it, or if he like dead ass 6P for the upper body invul and then drift RC forward through it. That is definitely a thing to consider. I never really thought about that before. Interesting.
Yeah, I've been seeing like some of the tech for people. Like, I saw someone posting tech on you can drift RC through Zato's Shark Super and stuff like that. But I was just like, but no, Zatos aren't just gonna throw it out of neutral like that anyway. So,
yeah, Zato's, they're using it a little bit more now as like frame traps and whatnot. So if you don't bite on a frame trap, perhaps maybe you can do it in that instance. But yeah, definitely some niche answers, right? But we need those niche answers at that super high level. That's honestly one of the times where, or a lot of the time we see sets separated on things that rarely happen, right? Interactions that are just not common. But the 6P right there, very common, very frequent. Yeah,
using 6P, 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 6P. All right, we're good. Oh, no, too far away. Yeah, that burst is not going to work. And RC to keep himself safe. Double Roger dives, but trying to get a little too greedy, chasing down the jump. Solstice with the buttons on the way down.
The Azuna drop, RC Azuna drop was pretty good. That was pretty good, can't lie.
Oh, man. But Solstice is at match point right now. Look at this pressure going How plus is that close slash? Because I don't see a lot. +1, okay.
Yeah.
I don't see a lot of people challenging afterwards, so I mean, I figured it had to have been plus. Okay. Nice RC to kill. DPRC in the command. Oh, again! Bear hugs. Just wants bear hugs.
Oh my god.
Yo. Oh, he tried another.
If you threw him out of the air, I would have thrown this microphone through a window. Oh my, if they would have ended like that, that would have been so sick. Solstice trying to hold on. Quartered out.
Dude, Solstice needs to finish it with a command throw. No, it's just going to be the regular throw. The regular air throw from Solstice is going to take it 3-0 over Lapras and move on.
Lapras, bro, you almost got the #1 play on Hi-Fi. I seen the gears moving in the brain. You had the right idea. They did the air grab because it's like, okay, you got command grab 3 times, so you're going to go to the sky. They did it, but they didn't just block when they went to the sky. Solstice was pressing a button, so
yeah,
interrupted it. But man, I've seen the genius. I love it for sure.
and anachronistic anarchy sounds like some Animal Farm quote right there. All close slashes are plus, but some are more plus than others. Bringing out the literary references here. So.
True, it feels like that, right? Isn't it? Frames are just a state of mind at the end of the day.
Yep. That was the intent. Awesome, Anarchy.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Oh man, indeed. I'm loving the play so far. So much Bridget representation already, and I totally am with it. I'm one of those players right now. I definitely feel like the character is super fun and worth messing around with. It definitely has a lot to them. A lot of freedom of, like a lot of creative freedom on her as well. Like you could just play her in so many different ways because of how her approach is. She's got a lot of long range normals. You can run away. She's fast. Definitely a lot of cool things.
All right, so and shout outs to the Series E guy. They knew what they were doing, right? They were like, should we ban Bridget? Hell nah. Let that Bridget rock, dude.
Nah. I was gonna say, you see that Wisdom I Fights logo up there? You know how we used to get down at WNF, bro. We don't get the character came out yesterday. It's legal, son. That's how it goes. Now Red Ditto and Chit too, though. These guys, they're like, we don't care about no new characters. We're trying to get business done here. There's still money on the line to be had.
They're like, yo, I can still win $300 in first place. Okay, look.
Facts, bro. Oh, and Red Ditto, double beam dream. You already know how that goes. Closing the door on round 1 with the Ramlethal.
Yeah, no, I mean, shout outs to Anytizers and all Excedrin. And I was at EVO and Solstice was playing on the on Exerd on the Vortex Gallery tournament. And someone behind me was like, yo, are they actually sponsored by Excedrin? Like, what? How did that get there? And I just turned around. I was like, well, let me tell you, Series E sponsored partnered players, and I just started going into the whole spiel, and it's really cool. Shout outs again to Series E, because these guys, I mean, these sponsors are legit giving them stipends every month, flying them out to EVO and Combo Breaker and stuff, and it's really, really cool.
Yeah, 100%. This is, I think, such a cool new avenue for players to be supported. And yeah, I mean, just like you said, it very much gets the people talking as well. Berserker slash in the corner things. Oh, what a block on that from Red Ditto.
Nice. And a chase down on the backdash from Red Ditto. And Red Ditto's going to take game number 1.
It's that young man reactions right there.
Yeah, but definitely want to take the time to shout out to Mike and Ike, because they are obviously the sponsors of the week. As you saw from the desk with Yeso, had all the Mike and Ike out there. So, I mean, look, a long time ago, well, there's a player named Mike and Ike out there, and we used to joke that he should be sponsored by Mike and Ike, and we're this much closer to making it happen, Ringe. We're that much closer.
What are fighting games, James? The world is crazy, man. The world. Paul George was out there talking to us. What's going on, man? I
didn't even know that was him when he came up there. And now I'm mad because I would have been like, yo, it's Paul George, dude. But didn't know he was a fighting game fan. That's so cool.
Holding it down, man. Shouts to Endemic, right? Sponsoring Shine. Got a couple of players cooking for the fighting game community. So Definitely love to see the support from everybody, man. EVO was incredible, 100%.
Oh, man. The scariest thing, seriously, Ringe, and I don't even want to say this, but I almost feel like EVO is too short. We just don't have enough time to see everything. Like, I didn't get to play any Street Fighter 6. I barely saw the Stick Museum. I didn't get to check any of the artist alleys. Dude, it's tough, man.
It is, for sure, man. It is a wild time. That's why, like, I encourage everybody to get the chance. Like, if you're just interested, even if you're not interested in entering the tournament, you know what I mean, you're obviously not going to work production or whatever, you just go, man. There's so much things to do, so much stuff to do that we don't even get to, right? Because we're busy doing other things. So, like, yeah, like working the event and whatnot. So definitely take advantage of it. Go to the Stick Museum. Go play Street Fighter 6. Do it for me and James, all right? When me and James are up there with our vocal cords destroyed, think of us and get in line and check out the Artist Alley.
Yeah, I think the only time we saw each other was like during the food breaks, like when we finally had any period of time where like food sustenance.
Yeah, like James, do you know where there's food? Where's the watering hole?
Oh man, I never got one of those EVO water bottles either.
Bro,
I'm really sad about that.
Yeah, I didn't do it either. They were just there to take. I didn't realize. Definitely shout outs. That was one of the big improvements to EVO. They had a giant tub of water thermoses that you could just take, and they had multiple stations set up with like these fancy LED water stations that you could constantly get water at. Yeah. It wasn't just like there were water fountains in the venue. Like they were dedicated to like large stations with fancy LED water like disposal things.
Well, it looks like Cheto getting around on the board, down 2-0 while we continue our Series E podcast here for you guys.
So like, bear with us, bro.
Yeah, it's all good times, man.
We got a gush coming off of EVO 100%. Oh no!
There's the fadeaway from Red Ditto. That is Red Ditto's thing right there. Like when I see that fadeaway in the corner, I know that's Red Ditto playing Ramlethal because that is definitely a signature move of his.
That was godlike. This man, I don't get impressed with a lot of 5Ks from Ram, but that one was beast. He knew exactly when and where to press it.
Yeah, match point, and you know everybody's been talking about Ramlethal, cheap, broken, blah. No Ramlethals in top 8 at EVO, man.
The Ramlethal's not doing their damn job and winning EVO to get the character nerfs. I hate all of you. I can't believe
you're saying they sandbag? You're saying they sandbag at EVO?
If they did, they're the smartest group of players that we have in Guilty Gear Strive. They're like, no. Like, we're going to stay just outside top 8, get my character buffed again, and just make everybody's life a living hell. And I'm like, well done. Well done.
I mean, she got buffed in the last patch, so you know.
That's what I mean. They're just like, look, it obviously worked once. Let's just keep flying under the radar, enjoy this for a little longer. I want to know, there's going to be one Ramlethal player that gets sick of it. And when they win a tournament, it's going to ruin the party for the rest of them.
Dude, is that actually true, Cymbeline, that there was no Rams in top 24? Oh, dang, I only knew in the top 8. I didn't know about the entire top 24. That's crazy, dude.
These Ram players, bro.
No Rams or Souls in top 24. God, dude. I mean, the one thing about it, though, is that, you know, when you are a top-tier character, when you are one of the best, it can be a problem because everybody knows how to fight you, right? I mean,
100%.
Early Street Fighter 4 Sagat, that's all that was, remember? Like, Sagat was the best character, but wasn't winning anything because all we did was fight Sagats online, you know?
Yeah, it's important. Like, I think that unknown aspect maybe it doesn't get as highlighted as much as it should sometimes during specific tournament runs. In both ways, right? Like, whereas you said, like, since there's so many Ramlethals, since the beginning of the game is one of the most popular characters to run into online, a lot of people are going to be super sharp, especially those players that are going to be making top 24. All of them are 100%, that was nasty. All of them are going to be 100% prepared for a character like Ramlethal. And that is to the detriment of the Ramlethal players. And then when you flip it, you see somebody like Idom, right? Who obviously has been using Laura for a long time, but still Japan got no Lauras. They never have, never will. The game is almost over. It's not going to happen. So because of something like that, right, IDOM runs into 4 Japanese players in a row and just decimates them. Yep. Obviously, he's an incredible player. He's world class, the best you could possibly be at Street Fighter V. But he also took advantage of the fact that they didn't know what the hell to do on defense. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Straight up.
Almost my entire career of success in Super Turbo is predicated off the fact that nobody knows how to fight Cammy, because nobody plays that character, right? It's a legit strategy. I mean, it is. And I know a lot of players out there feel that way. I know, like Chris G, I don't think he'll admit it, but he's kind of one of those guys. He wants to hit you with the unknown, man. He likes using lesser played characters, because I think it really just gives. Look, as a low tier hero, it's not really the low tier that you're attracted to. It is the fact that a lot of people don't play the character. That's what's more like. For example, Street Fighter V, is Lucia still low tier? Not at all, right? But not a lot of people play her, and that's one of the things that makes me like playing that character. You know, there's something with some people like me that are just wired that way, that we gotta play like this obscure character.
Yeah, I mean, I felt the power when I became a Zato player, right? Zato by no means a low tier character, but one that doesn't get played a lot.
Yes.
And definitely, I mean, Zato preys on people not knowing how the character works. Yeah. I mean, like, if you ask any longtime Guilty Gear player, they'll tell you that Zato deletes half the player base at the character select screen. Just because it's so much work to learn how to play against that character effectively that a lot of people don't put the time in. And just don't get that chance because there's not a lot of Zato players. There is now. There's way more Zato players than there ever has been. And still, if you look at it, the general player base, still one of the lesser used characters. But yeah, for a long time, he really preyed upon that lack of knowledge.
I mean, I played so much XX, and I never learned how to fight Zato. I just played Baiken. Because she just was able to alpha counter she was able to dead angle everything. And so I was like, I can't learn how to fight. I'm just gonna play this really character that I can kind of delete a lot of his options.
Yeah, that can simplify the defense with, right? Because like a lot of characters, you just can't. Like you have to learn how to do the hard exits, and it's not easy to do. Oh, what the hell just happened? I think did she try to DP through the cannon?
I think so. I think she did. Yeah, got shot anyway.
That's what I thought. I was like, and it looked like the invincibility did let her bypass it for like a couple of frames, and then she died.
Yeah. Oh man. No, I mean honestly, what FGC Kyle says in the chat. I mean, look, low tier heroes. We also use that option select all the time, right? If we beat you, we're like, you lost to a low tier character, you scrub. And if you lose, you're like, my character sucks anyway. You're supposed to win, dude.
That is definitely for sure an appeal for some people when it comes to playing the low tier characters.
So sad. I say that as a person who does it, okay? Look, I'm not ripping on anybody else. I'm only calling myself out here.
Look, I'm one of you, okay? Don't attack me. I know.
Oh man. Well, here we go. Diaphone trying to keep this quarter pressure, and yes, you are seeing right. Umisho with the bike and trying to learn some other characters right now. Trying to learn some other tricks, such as the empty low off of the tether.
That was real happy chaos of them right there. That was reminiscent. I got flashbacks of the shot on the empty low right there.
That's true. Umisho just can't play a character without a gun, right? I mean, at least Baiken has the super gun.
Yeah, the cannon. Oh my goodness.
Dude, I don't ever want Elfelt to get in this game now because I just don't want to see Umisho Elfelt, dude. I don't want to see it.
We'll try to super after, but yeah, that is negative on block, both of the follow-ups to the Heelys, both the one where she goes in the air and the one on the ground.
Look, FGC Kyle asks, why are all the Happy Chaos players playing secondaries right now? Well, I'll tell you this, Umisho ain't got nothing to prove right now. Umisho can play whoever the hell they want right now.
Exactly. Yeah, she's the EVO champion, so it doesn't matter. And one of the other things is that she's actually won a tournament on the Baiken before. So again, like she's definitely on this character as well. But to keep it a buck, I mean, I think the Happy Chaos players think the character is going to get nerfed again, right? Umisho won EVO. The character is absurd. Umisho is also probably the best player in the world. These things are not mutually exclusive. You know what I mean? Like, all these things can be true. So I think she is well aware that Happy Chaos is probably going to get significantly changed.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's interesting because that is definitely something to think about when you are playing, you know, modern fighting games in a patch era, right?
Yeah.
That you have to worry about your characters getting nerfed. I forgot which players I was talking to. Might have been the Anji players, and it hasn't paid off yet. But, you know, I was like, keep with this character because you may get rewarded at some point in time. But hasn't happened quite yet for the Anji players. Although Anji's not bad, for sure.
Oh, Anji's definitely significantly better than he used to be, for sure.
Yeah. Anji's just not Happy Chaos right now. I mean,
yeah, what Anji players want. Yeah, that was definitely nasty. The Roger dive, the Azuna drop, it's definitely a great way to alter the air trajectory. It really baits out anti-airs.
Yeah.
Oh, no. But yeah, you know what's... So, I do think the Anji players should stick with him for at least this patch. Oh, the booty, the cheek 6H anti-air. That was crazy. But because what Anji reminds me of in this patch is Baiken last patch. Like, I thought Baiken was good last patch. She was kind of, I think, a little bit downplayed by some people. I thought she was good last patch. I think Anji is good right now. I think Baiken is absurd in this patch, to be honest with you. I think she is, like, top 5 character in the game.
Yeah, so, I remember I was talking to you at EVO about that. I remember. I was like, yo, really?
Yeah, so, I mean, I could definitely be wrong, but I think she's absurd. So, Anji players, it could happen. The next patch, you could be the Baiken of this patch.
Yeah, and meanwhile, they're just going to keep nerfing Potemkin. That's okay. Just let's add a brand new mechanic that he can't use, and then create another mechanic that actually took away a bunch of my Potemkin Buster setups. Yeah, okay, I'm cool. I'm cool. Cool. I'm not. All right, I'm done commentating. I'm too mad right now. I'm just kidding.
It's crazy that it's not even just nerfs to him, but the universal changes definitely. They were like, yeah, don't worry, Potemkin don't get nothing from these. Don't worry about it. Get him out of here.
Because remember when we were doing the Arc Live thing, I was trying to test one of my old Potemkin setups, my Potemkin Buster setups, and the red RC slowing down now, even on fast cancel, ruined my setup.
You're like, Brad.
I was like, come on, man.
What did Potemkin do to you?
Oh, man.
All right, now Umisho with the YRC trying to create some breathing room here, and it's real difficult to do so when in that range against Bridget. Oh, nice.
Oh, man, yeah. The roll hitting on the way in is a brutal change from old school Bridget to this Bridget. That is so powerful, in my opinion. Just being able to get in there and roll and hit and then still be able to cancel into a jump attack and stuff. Like, that's so powerful.
Yeah, most definitely. I think it's a great addition. I think it fits the version of this character super well. Kind of gives her a lot of the spirit of what she wanted to do before, but in this game, a bit more simplified.
Yeah, but here we go, Umisho at match point, and honestly, like, look, if Potemkin is one of the worst in the game is in a great state, okay? Because Potemkin is still freaking scary, dude. Like, I joke, my hashtag buff Potemkin is more just an inside joke for me now, even though I would like some buffs, but he's good. He's good. I'm not gonna front. So
it was funny, you know, being part of the Gear project with those extended sets. It was interesting to see how the matchups played out over the course of a longer set, because that's when you really saw like a 6-4 really come to be, right? You're like, okay, I can see how this matchup is favored for one character. But that was always because of how extended the set was. In 3 out of 5, it really feels like even these characters like a Potemkin or some character that struggles in a matchup, they could most definitely win.
Yeah, for sure. I was actually kind of sad we didn't get to see our Russian boy Kudokich at EVO, right? Because Kudokich and Shine are like 2 of the scariest Potemkins out there, and I would have loved to have seen Kudokich do some damage as well.
Ooh, so right there, Diaphone actually looked like he hit it on the very edge of the Heelys. None of the follow-ups either. He didn't use the break or the flip. And maybe where he hit it right there was plus because he did counter hit Umisho's next button. So it might be at a certain range where you hit it on the very edge, you can keep your turn going.
How long can you delay the break? Like, so can you frame trap between just rolling and then block and then the break? Is there enough of a window?
That's a good question. I'm not actually sure, like, once you hit them with the Heelys, when you can break. Because I always break beforehand, so I actually haven't tried that out yet.
Yeah, that would be an interesting one, because if you can frame trap there, that would explain a little bit of, you know, just being kind of nervous to hit a button right away. Yeah. So that's something that I'll test that out. After this, I'm grabbing Bridget. I have to. So
with the other follow-up, you could delay it a lot. So I imagine with break, you would probably delay it too.
Okay. It looks like Arnold says in the chat that actually it's not Arnold. It's an old toilet. Sorry. Says you can delay it quite a while if that's what he means by long. Oh no, he was saying Umisho's been playing Biken a long time. Never mind. Sorry.
But you do, like, I know for the air follow-up, you can really delay the hell out of it. So it wouldn't surprise me if you could do the same thing for wood break. Oh yes. This is going to put Umisho in a prime spot to move on here. It's going to be plus frames on the stage change. Only about 30% life left on Diaphone. And again, Bridget bleeds heavily. But that was not a safe jump and did get exposed.
Yeah, I went for the jumping H instead of the tatami mat. And now here we go, the pressure. Yep, there's those plus frames on that. And, ooh, interesting. Okay, PRC to keep himself safe. I like that. Good reaction on that. And
Umisho is so good, bro.
Did I tell you about the Umisho's reads? Didn't I tell you about Umisho's reads?
Umisho's defensive decisions, I think, are the best in the world, and she plays characters that really reward you heavily when they make the right decisions on defense. That was we just saw the last round. She lost because the Heelys hit at the very edge, and it was plus frames. So she got counter hit trying to press a button, right? So what did she do? One frame parry. Go ahead and press your button at plus frames. Get smoked. Perfect adjustment.
Does so much damage.
Yeah, absurd. And again, Bridget, third lowest health character in the game, just deleted.
Oh man, nicely done. Umisho is going to continue moving forward with that Biken. You guys can follow along in the brackets if you type in !bracket in the chat. It's all on Smash. Start GG. Wanted to mention that Locus did beat LordKnight in the loser side 3-2. Shine has defeated Flash Metroid 3-0. Kazam, who we didn't get a chance to see, who lost to Jonathan Tene in the first round on winner's side, did defeat Lapras 3-0, and Aaron DeMac beat Chetu 3-0. So a lot of 3-0s down there in that first round of the losers bracket.
So your body getting put in bags, and we'll see whose body is getting put away this time around. Bean versus Dawn here, another best of 5. Embiid getting pestering with those lows. You talk about it time and time again, covering his RC with covering his throw with an RC. Now Dawn picking him up though. We're already in the corner, trying to smash that guitar at his feet.
Ooh, PRC to stay safe, nicely done. And again, you see these lows just continuing pressuring for Bean just for the setup for that 6K at any point in time. Once Bean gets that meter, though, I mean, he likes to he will keep pestering with the low just because he knows everybody's waiting for that 6K.
Yeah, chase
down.
Oh, Dawn, real good defense here. He had a great block on the overhead that turned the tide of the game, and then baiting out the DP at the last moment. Real clutch stuff.
Yeah, it was really smart too, because, you know, DP, if Dawn had tried to attack using the fireball being blocked as that pressure, that DP should have worked. And so Dawn literally just dashing and then just landing and blocking meant that they anticipated that completely.
Yeah, it was a hard, thorough read. Oh, and Bean, we know about the round enders, the 6K RC, baby.
Oh, there it was. Always comes when you least expect it, and it's just that ability right there from Bean is probably one of the things that propelled him to top 8 at EVO.
It's a signature of being around ender, and yeah, I mean, Chip is just so fast, so good at overwhelming your mental stack that it's very easy to let that 6K slip from your mind.
Nice counter hit, forces the burst out of Dawn. However, Dawn gets the hit, the RC. Oh, the delayed burst from Bean catching Dawn.
That was like legitimately frame 1 on the delay. Like, that was perfect timing. Dawn had just stopped blocking.
Oh. Oh, is this a Bean ending here? Throw. He's about to build up that meter for the 6K, so things are getting dangerous here. Gets the knockdown. Yep, see, he goes low. That's the whole thing right there. Don was thinking the exact same thing I was. Here comes that stupid 6K. So he stood up, got hit by the sweep, and then Bean said, fine, I'll use my meter for the super instead.
Classic conditioning when it comes to fighting games. There it is right there, right? It was a perfect illustration of how people get opened up in fighting games. That laid it out for you. If you're new, if you're wondering, like, why do people even get hit in these games? Right there, right? It's the overhead and conditioning, ending last round with it. So it's lurking in your mind. You don't want to go down to it again. You know how good it is, how much of a threat it is. He has the 50% tension to RC it, so he has the resource available just like last time. And instead, he switches it up, goes low, and kills you anyway. Just, I mean, top 8 Evo.
One of my wise words of wisdoms in fighting game. A lot of times people ask me, James, how do I defend against this mix-up? And I always tell them, if I have an answer, it's not a mix-up.
Facts.
Right? So that's the thing. If you do not have a mix-up on your opponent, your offense is not effective. You know, it has to be a guessing game. Like, it literally is a guessing game at almost every level, you know. That's how you open people up. Okay. Ooh, nice 6P, good reactions.
That Bean running all the way up in Don's business. I think he was anticipating a backdash, but again, the low catching Don trying to take his turn a little bit early. That crouch D frame trap.
Don trying to start this offense, but that running 5K doesn't have the same range as some of the other 5Ks out there, but the speed at which Chip runs just makes it so he can hit you from anywhere, it feels like.
He smashed the guitar over his dome piece, but Bean waking up with a DP of his own, and he just wants that wall. Don does escape the pressure for now. As the RC gonna convert off that.
Yeah, no potential for a burst right there. Bean was like, nah, I'm taking this to round 3.
Yeah, smart from Bean. He's not looking at a 10 Ultra Academy. He doesn't need to be a hero.
And here we go, the pressure now. Oh, does go for the overhead follow-up. Regular throw now. Here we go, the classic OTG sweep into the clone projectile.
He really is. Look, he keeps running like just a little bit longer to see if Don's gonna backdash and wake up or not. And Don has not been doing it. And again, right back to the signature round in 6K overhead. Damn, son, it sucks being in the corner against Bean's chip, doesn't it? Like, that's all I can think about when I see this. I'm like, bro, you gotta guess, like you said. Sucks to suck. I don't know.
Dude, this is why I said, man, when I saw Bean in top 8, I was like, I love everybody in this top 8, but I really wanted to see Bean do some damage so people will know that name, you know, know Bean. Because, again, thanks to Series E here, the amount that I've seen Bean, I am like a massive fan of this guy's play.
Yeah, Bean is 100% a beast. One of the most entertaining players for sure. Sticking with the chip through thick and thin as well. But a lot of players hopped off that train real quick. Bean made sure that he knew Chip was a true viable character the whole time.
All right. But right now he's stuck in the corner and he is getting bodied here. Oh, is this dead? Oh, just shy. Okay. Not quite.
Let's get the YRC off. Now we're going to start, one of the Alpha Blade to take the corner. You can definitely run this back. Ooh.
He won the last round with a perfect, man. There's no reason why you can't get a perfect right now.
The hesitation was so perfect, but Don finds the challenge. Yeah, very scary indeed, but does finally get a right read.
Do you know Don's heart was pounding at that point? Like, oh, God, here it comes again. Oh, man. Too far away. Okay. Oh, jeez. Just knows when you're scared and you're gonna block. Oh, actually, that time Don with the read and the tech, and that's gonna award him this combo and all this corner carry. So a very crucial tech right now. Baits it out. That's gonna be so much damage.
Yeah, he went with the burst safe combo right there. That's why he did the double chemical love, thought being with it. Ooh, use it, and the whiff cancel, and then again, running all the way into the DMs. OTG plus frames off the clone again with the plus. Dawn not cracking in the face of fear, though, and jump cancels to bait the burst. Expert way to close that one out.
Nicely done by Dawn. 2 rounds in a row right there where it felt like Bean was starting to make that comeback. And like I said, maybe Dawn's heart wasn't pounding because it's 2 rounds in a row right there. A very clutch and calculated play right there to get the counter and the victory. Basically to clutch those out.
Yeah, very impressive from Dawn. That was 2 big reads again, right? The tech throw in the corner there really turned around his decision making afterwards, kind of let him take the offense. And then, yeah, again, ooh, right there, picking up right where he left off as well, bypassing that Forest with the stroke low profile.
Ooh, and then the DP.
Jump. Not going to happen either.
Yeah, we definitely saw Dawn with the safe jumps versus Flash earlier, so you know he's got those on hand here.
Oh, God. 6P as she lands. Oh, yeah, blocked it out, but because it was in the air, it doesn't mean you get to do nothing.
Oh, Dawn just trying to chase down Bean, but again, Bean, oh, here we go. Yeah, the burst to try to stave this off. Oh, no. Right back into it.
S-press.
Into a super interesting.
Oh, doesn't. It actually keeps the corner. Oh, and again, that was the same timing Bean has been doing, right? That extended dash and the throw. Dawn this time committing to the jump.
Nice, and gets the punish. Bean with no meter to RC. That's definitely just spent it on that super. So now back to the situation here where Bean's trying to get in, but Dawn feels like has a lot of the momentum, a lot of the reads right now.
Yeah, right now he just needs to make one right defensive choice, and he's been able to turn it around from there, but it's going to be tough turning this round around. This time he does get the stage change. We got plus frames and positive bonus following it up. Safe jump is already there. RC is built, so you know the pressure ain't going to stop. Oh,
that was definitely what Bean was hoping for last round, was to get that wall break. He was just a little too far away, but still manages to take this round and get to match point.
Yeah, you see how powerful Chip is with that positive bonus. Builds so much meter, the pressure just doesn't stop.
And yeah, if you're just tuning in, awesome. We've had like 8 Bridgets already or something.
Yeah. Definitely good. Check out the archive if you're looking for some Bridget action.
Oh man, just eating everything right now. Oh no, there's that 6K again.
Yeah, reared his head a little bit early this time. Just outside of range of the stroke. Yeah, nice burst quickly, right? Still during the 2D. Builds the 50% tension. Nice fuzzy block.
But you are still just under pressure this whole entire time. Dawn finally finds an opportunity to get out. Big counter hit, but the burst was there. Oh, what a...
And again, right, it's like you jump down and it's going to be 6K or low, and it's so difficult to defend against. And Dawn thought Bean would go to the well one more again, but he knows how much he can go to it. And right there, that's what makes him so good. He doesn't abuse the one option too much. He's just almost a damn near perfect balance with the way he opens up his opponent, and right there closes it out yet again.
And again, it's just to highlight one of the most powerful things about Strive compared to previous Guilty Gears is you can delay your chains, right? In the old Guilty Gear games, it was you just had to chain them on hit. You didn't have that canceling the recovery. So before, you could probably fuzzy that from Chip, 2K 2D or 2K into 6K. You could probably fuzzy it if you had to cancel right away, but Bean can actually stagger the 2K into the 2D. So when you feel like there's that gap that the 6K is coming, you stand up and get kicked low. So it's really powerful in this game.
Most definitely, man. It is definitely an interesting, like, kind of give and take with the way they've adjusted strings, right? Where you don't have as many buttons that you're able to cancel into, but the delay timings and the different things like that kind of replace that type of mind game, so to speak, definitely. And the way with instant blocking works and whatnot. Definitely cool changes to Strive, of course. And I'm loving the way all these players have been exploring the game, the patch, the new characters, like you said, plenty of Bridget. But now we go to our fellas at the studio, joined by a very special guest. It is going to be Yeso, Jake Ryan, and the man, one of the godfathers of the fighting game community, Alex Valle.
I feel like Godfather is a pretty apt term for our friend joining us in the studio today. Alex Valle on the front of the desk here with us. Valle, how we doing, my man? Happy Thursday. It's good to talk to you.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for having me. I mean, I'm trapped under your TV here, you know?
Yeah. Hey, there we go.
There we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, it's doing well, you know, recovering from EVO. You know, it was quite a great week that we haven't been there for 3 years now, so it's a lot to talk about. Yeah.
So talking about EVO, right off the top I have to ask, because you've been to quite a few EVOs over the years, and I just want to ask you, looking back to your first EVO and then all the way up to now, what are kind of some of the biggest changes you've seen at that event?
Well, if you want to take it all the way back, for some of you that may not know, I was the first champion in Tom and Tony Cannon's Battle by the Bay event, which was it was EVO before the name change. So it started at B3. I won the Street Fighter Alpha 2 tournament. It was an arcade-only tournament. It was actually arcade-only for a few years. So it was Battle by the Bay. There was a spin-off event called B2, which was in Boston, but we don't really count that one. John Choi won that one. And then there was B4, and that one was the overall point winners for that one would win a trip to represent Team USA versus Japan, which was the very first international Street Fighter battle between the both respective regions amongst 5 different Street Fighter games. So yeah, it was crazy. So then there was B5 it was the final version of the final kind of version before they turned into EVO, and B5 was all still at Folsom and NorCal. Then it turned into EVO, which took place at UCLA was the first one, and until it went to Cal Poly Pomona, I believe. So, but we've graduated from the arcade to school halls to convention centers, later on in Vegas. So there was a lot of different changes, and we were first in to see how this event would evolve, and you couldn't pick a better name for the event. Tom and Tony Cannon and the team have worked really hard to just progress the games, the units, from arcade to consoles, the peripherals needed to play, international play. So much has changed to what you see now. We're still here for a reason too. I me and my business partner Jimmy Wynn, we were actually we helped them out in the beginning, lugging arcade cabinets and helping with brackets in the beginning, because everybody was doing a community effort. So it was just it was such a really close-knit group of friends, and then it kind of blew up, and then everybody kind of did their own thing. So I could talk for hours on this, but I would just say just if you guys want more history on this, you guys can hit me up. You guys can I could talk forever on this. You can hit James Chen. James Chen was a big part of it as well. That's on the mic. But we all put our best foot forward to make EVO what it is today.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. I mean, I've known you for years, and I feel like you've known and been playing fighting games for longer than I've been alive, and that's wonderful, because you
Come
are.
on, he's not that old.
No,
Come
but I mean,
on,
he's
come
Mr.
on.
Street Fighter, bro.
True,
He is
true.
Mr. Street Fighter. Met him in a coffee shop, and I'm like, wow, you actually invented the Shoryuken. That's crazy. You jump and then put fierce into that, right? That's how you learn in the arcade. No, but thank you for taking us through that retrospective of EVO, because yeah, back in the day it was hauling the arcade cabs, Battle by the Bay, just wonderful. And there was a lot of wonderful moments at EVO this year. What would you say was your favorite outstanding moment this year? Because I know what my favorite moment was, and it was a heartbreaker for me, but I want to hear what you have to say about this year's EVO, because there was just so much good stuff and not enough time to see everything.
Yeah, there was a lot of crazy moments always at EVO. From what I could see, because I was also working throughout that weekend. Um, it was Chris CCH and Just the Kids match. I would say that one, and IDOM versus Kawano. Like both were heartbreaking for me because, of course, Chris CCH were the West Coast. We wanted to see him like get into top 8. He's been working really hard. Just a Kid is just such a phenomenal opponent, and it would just could have been either or. That one, and then of course like IDOM was just at the brisk of like winning the whole thing. You know, US has still not won like a modern Street Fighter event versus Japan at EVO. So that was really, really heartbreaking too. But like those matches were absolutely insane, especially like the IDOM match. Like I was glued to my seat. Of course, I'm a big like Street Fighter fan. And then like at least okay, I had those heartbreaking like games. At least I tuned it up positively when Umisho won Guilty Gear. So it's like, yes, we got somebody that won like monumental and wow, Umisho definitely deserved that. I mean, I'm sure we're going to talk about this down the road, but like those three moments were like the best for me.
I agree with you there. You mentioned the battle, right? The U.S. versus everybody else, whether it's Japan, Saudi Arabia, and elsewhere. And of course, you know, we're, as you know, resident Americans, we're always rooting for that USA player. I know we were all in IDOM's corner there at the end of that Street Fighter Top 8, and that was, of course, an incredible run. But when you look at just like the champions of the different games alone, there's incredible international representation. If you widen that to just top 8s, it was such a diverse event. What does it mean to you to see that kind of diversity of nationalities, people from all across the world coming together for this event and all being a part of EVO?
Yeah, it's always fantastic to see international representation. I mean, come on, we started it like as the first U.S. versus Japan way back into like 1998 when Daigo and I played, right? And that was just a taste of like what it could be. And then EVO had a lot more Japanese players come in, and then we're like, okay, you know, we got US, Japan, we got some Europe, some of the other events too, other regions, but like we're getting them all over the place. You know, Australia, the Middle East, Africa, all parts of Asia, Southeast Asia, you know, all parts of Europe, of course, Latin America. Latin America is huge. It's got the Caribbeans, it's got South America, it's got Central, you know, Canada. Like everybody's there, and just to see the representation, every player working their butts off, like just continuously. You know, like we know what they're doing for the love of the game, and they're working so hard in their region, right? You know. Like, netcode's getting better with games too, so you can see the skill level is rising across the board because they get more quality play together, and that's what we're seeing nowadays. And to see that representation, like I mean, we saw the Middle East is like they're really making waves in a bunch of games. You know, you got Arslan Ash in the Tekken, right, with like a lot of their you got the birds, right, in Street Fighter. You got Slash, you got in Guilty Gears. Like you got so much representation, not just the typical Japan, US, right? Some Latin America. Latin America is all over the place too. So it's wonderful, man. And I EVO is the place that you can see it all.
Yeah, definitely got to see the highest level of gameplay there. And, you know, the highest entered game, Guilty Gear Strive, and we talked to it, you know, you go back to day one and it's Japan versus the US. Anime games are king in Japan. It's normally all Japan dominated. You don't see, you know, you have your rare LordKnight, maybe throw a Breaker Dave in there getting top 8 at EVO. How did you feel and how do you think Japan is taking it now that there was not a single Japanese player in the top 8 for Guilty Gear Strive when it was sitting on top as the main game? Because We were all talking, all right, how is Europe doing? How's America doing? How is Japan doing? And not a single player makes it from the Japanese side. Like, if you're that region, how do you feel, Valle?
For the first time ever, yeah, right? Like, Japan has dominated the anime scene and still does overall, right? This is the first time, and you're actually making quite a bold statement, but it's a true one. I think Strive in general has been making a worldwide impact, learning the game at the same time. Like, it's released at the same time. That used to be a problem back in the days where Japan would get the anime titles like way in advance, and they could practice versus the best players in in Tokyo, right? Or even to go in Osaka, take a train, no problem, right? And it would just be super struggle for other regions to do that. Like in the US, you got East and West Coast, you can never play, right? It's like, okay, you're gonna play delayed based netcode and older games, but now Strive has made it possible that we have coast to coast battles, sometimes international battles, and like the skill ceiling is increasing rapidly. So that means that we have actually some sort of level playing field, right? And the tech is being revealed much sooner. More players getting involved, more fresh new minds. I see a lot of younger audiences are playing Strive too. It's anime games have usually been legacy titles, right? But like if you go to any of the old school anime games, like, man, it's like you see some old people out there, like kind of like Street Fighter, right? But in Strive, you see Dragon Ball players, right? You see players who just kind of like, oh, this looks cool, I'll pick it up. It's fast paced, it's easy for them to pick up. They can play online, they can get matches just like that. Like everything that Arc System Works did for this game was perfect. Like we couldn't have asked for the best version of like possible for an anime game. And it shows. It clearly shows the strength of the world if you give them the accessibility. So Japan now, like, I don't know if you want to call we caught up or we're better, but like, it's not the end of the year. We'll see how they'll do in EVO Japan.
Ooh, that is a great discussing point. Right now, that American flag is definitely on top, but going to EVO Japan, I think that's the one where, we didn't have Nage, we didn't have FAB, we didn't have some of the best players in the world, and it's like, all right, Umisho, come to our side of the world and see what happens. And, I'm excited for that. That's like...
I'm keeping the faith.
Oh, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, red, white, and blue the whole way.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. Alex, we appreciate your time. Of course, we'll get to talk plenty more in the future, but always great to sit down with you and talk about everything that's going on. Glad you had a great time at EVO and looking forward to much more as the summer continues.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys, and good luck, everybody, today. Kick ass, and we'll see you in the finals.
Yes, we will. We still have plenty more Guilty Gear here tonight, folks. We're going to head to a quick break, but when we come back, Ringe and James will get you right back into the fun.
Even the biggest headaches are toast.
Excedrin keeps your head in the game.
For no more throbbing noggins.
Excedrin, game over for headaches.
Tyson boneless buffalo bites have that tasty kick of flavor, so they're perfect for any get-together. If there are any left when your guests arrive. Tyson Anytizers Chicken. More kicks of flavor, more smiling snackers, more to love. Tyson.
Welcome back, everybody, to Series E for some Guilty Gear Strive action here on Mike and Ike Week as the highlighted partnered company for being one of the companies to help basically keep all these players traveling, sponsoring them, and giving them stipends and such. I'm James Chen, and this is your boy Ringe. How you feeling right now?
I'm feeling fantastic, James, because my EVO shoes just arrived, baby.
Are you serious? Oh,
literally during the break, they're a little washed out because of the sun right now, but definitely
dude.
Yes, I got a pair myself. For those that are unfamiliar, you should definitely hit up Markman's Twitter. Crazy story, but Markman actually collaborated with Nike on making these shoes, and they are the official EVO shoes. I wonder if I can get the tag in without the. Maybe we can do that when we come back. But yeah, there's a special little thing on the tongue here that I was trying to show off last time or next time around. But right now, I want to talk about my boy, newly sponsored, Beast Coast Jonathan Tene in the building, brother.
Oh, that's right, I saw.
Yeah, in addition, you know what I mean, he's been picked up as well. He's always been one of the best Zatos in NA since picking up the character. Even before that, right, he got second place at Seoul at EVO Japan, or EVO Online, excuse me, in 2021. And ever since playing Zato, he has really just taken off as a player. So I'm glad to see him continue to rise up during this whole thing, you know?
And there it was right there. You said it exactly, using the shark as a frame trap. And there exactly was Jonathan Tene ending a block string into just kind of a delayed cancel shark and caught Solstice pressing some buttons.
Well, most definitely, yeah. That is one of the big new things with Amorphous and how fast it is now. Is a lot of the time the players, like after a drill or an invite hell, I mean, they'll just use the Amorphous to catch players trying to take their turn back. So you got to be real careful for that. That's definitely a newer strat because of the speed up on Amorphous.
And obviously, you know, in terms of EVO placings right now, Peppery Splash getting pretty high up there as well, right, in the top 8. So probably would be called the strongest Zato player in NA right now. But of course, Peppery Splash also, keep in mind, has like years of tournament experience, right? And Jonathan Tene, I mean, Jonathan Tene's been playing a while now, but like that kind of expectations at that big of an event is it's tough.
Yeah, most definitely. And Jonathan, it's really impressive to me how much he has shown out, right? Obviously, he fell a little bit short. He got top 16 at EVO. I think he got maybe 9th place. I'm not sure where in top 16 he fell short of. But yeah, I mean, he won CEO as well, right? So he's definitely done a great job in tournament already. But Peppery has also been very consistent, making top 8 at Combo Breaker, making top 8 at EVO. Yeah,
Frosty
I mean,
Faustings.
It's Frosty Faustings as well. That's another great one.
And I actually saw he took Exert. He took Exert in the Vortex Gallery tournament. So, you know,
yeah, I
think he had a good weekend.
This is the first time ever too that a player has made top 8 at 3 Guilty Gear titles. You know, like it was.
Wait, did he make top 8 in XX as well?
Yeah, he made top 8 in Plus R. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, so he made top 8 in Plus R, 1 Exert, and made top 8 in Strive. This guy knows how to play some Guilty Gear.
He's I guess. Oh, man, dang.
And then Jonathan, obviously, new blood to the Guilty Gear franchise with Strive. Has definitely been able to show out on the Zato. And yeah, he's not playing no games either. You see, he's not playing around with no Bridget right now. He fell short of what he really wanted at EVO.
Yeah,
so, you know, he has really turned up the heat in terms of just play and aggression, it feels like.
Yeah, so coming out of EVO, one of the NA Zatos was still Pepper, but this one was maybe a little salt. But so, you know, coming in here with the, just gonna keep going with the Zato.
Yeah, most definitely. Ooh, and I like that from Solstice right there, exposing the gap in the Pierce with a DP. Jonathan's going to commit to moving forward like that. He's going to get clipped.
Interesting. Okay, just going to lock down with the bear.
Yeah, I guess from that range it's safe. I'm not exactly sure, to be honest with you at all.
In older games, if I want to say she was plus off of that super. I don't think she might be safe in this one, but if she's plus off of that, well, I mean, look, Leo and all these other characters are just gonna be like, and you know?
Yeah, exactly, right. Ooh, breaking the law, breaking your spirit in the process. Jonathan Tenney going up 2-0, baiting the burst.
Those hurt. I mean, he literally just exits the building, and then he's like, "All right, no burst. All right, back." And there you go. Oh man, brutal.
Yeah, that was one of the best things that Zato is when it comes to Strive, right? I think he's got the best burst bait options in the game because of breaking the law. Like, you can just do it off any normal that you want, right? A lot of the times players have to rely on closest and a jump cancel when he can burst bait with, you know, heavy slash, 6 heavy slash, whatever it may be. So yeah, the character is just such a nuisance, and it really makes you second guess constantly when you want to burst.
All right, well, got into the corner here, this pressure here, the pressure that we have seen from some of these Bridget players, including Solstice against Lapras, just had some wicked sequences in the corner. And look at this, what he's doing to John. I mean, again, week number 1 with the character and able to, you know, get rounds like this against a player like Jonathan using their main, really impressive.
100%, man. Ooh, clip, yes. Got both hits on the Bridget as well. Empty low is blocked up though. Oh, back to back with his Solstice defense staying strong right now. There's no Eddie. This is his chance to take some options back. Oh, all right, he killed Eddie with a roll hit. Yo, she be really throwing it back with that 6H.
I like that right there. Just, you saw him BRC forward, making it look like perhaps a throw or something, but instead just comes with the ever so reliable Zato 5P. But ow, okay, through the wall, good damage.
Yeah,
still bottom 4 and
yeah, exactly. His health didn't change at all. It's just Bridget's a little bit worse than his, so he still bleeds plenty. Oh, and Eddie's gone now. Solstice, he's got meter as well. It's an opportunity here, but Jonathan able to successfully stall out the Eddie-less time. Baits out the YRC as well. Cleans up another hard, now is on set point.
Okay. So the loop-the-loop super was pretty negative in older Guilty Gear games. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. For some reason, I always remember just using it on Wake Up like a spaz. But maybe it was a lot more negative than I thought. Okay.
You know, you just told all your friends it was safe or plus frames, and they just respected it.
Exactly. See, that's the strategy, man. There's no frames back then.
No, it's plus. You can't do anything after it. Really? Yeah, just trust me.
Yeah, just trust me.
the setup I have, it's like a TOD. You don't want to press after that. Just
yeah, I get that bear to hit super meaty. There's just nothing you can do. It's all good. Oh man.
That's pretty funny. Jonathan Tenney, though, yeah, I'm not messing around, as we said. I definitely looking to put more bodies in bags on his way to being one of the best in NA when it comes to Guilty Gear Strive. Always holding it down on Series E as well. Always a good look. I'm glad to see him continuing on. I'm glad to see the Bridget representation. Solstice, too, I'm a little surprised just because they're such a long-time Ramlethal player, Ramlethal fan, even in Exerd. All they played was Ramlethal, but Bridget, bro, very appealing character. She's just so fun. I don't blame anybody for trying her out right now, 100%.
Yeah, and you know, it's one of those skills too. You learn how to play the character. That actually lets you how to learn how to fight them as well. It's one of the best ways, which is why players like Diaphone are so strong, right? Because they learn every single character, and then all of a sudden that makes it so that they can fight every single character. And Red Ditto, as we've seen, sticking with the Ramlethal. SQ also sticking with the Ramlethal. So we've got the Ram mirrors here.
Exactly. Now it's time to duel, baby. Ramlethals in the game. Probably, I think, what a lot of people consider the 2 best Ramlethals in North America and potentially the world, honestly, with Red Ditto and SQ. So we are going to see who comes out as the finest today for Series E.
And see, we've already seen it twice. Red Ditto going with that fadeaway in the corner over there every single time, that backdash. such a powerful option. It's funny because I don't see a lot of other Ramlethals go for that a lot of the times. And, it's just a way to get someone to crouch early because they're scared of the empty low. So then the backdash jump kick will actually connect.
Yeah, Red Diddle definitely likes going and showing that card nice and early, right? Rather than like playing like what we see from SQ right here, which is more of a strike throw game into the low as Red Diddle tries to escape, and now you're just locked down with the pressure again. And there's the throw we were looking for with the double beam dream. That is a dead Red Diddle.
Yeah, and some people are saying, Radio Red Mage saying that Exert Ram is so different from Strive Ram. Two completely different characters. And that's actually kind of to like Solstice's advantage. Like, I feel like that makes it you can play the same character in 2 games but not mix them up, Yeah, exactly. That's always a really nice thing. I mean, I've definitely gone from like Street Fighter 4 to Super Turbo and tried to throw with jab and short, You're like,
what am I doing with my life?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when this game came out, I stopped playing Eddie and plus R, and I started playing Order Soul because I didn't want to mix my hands up,
Oh, dude. Yeah, for him, that would be a brutal one right there because, I mean, you're playing Twister with your fingers, dude. Like, and so getting those mixed up would be very painful.
Most definitely. We saw a lot of pain being dished out right there with SQ and Red Diddle as well in that Ramlethal mirror. Again, Ram low life as well, and man, she does a massive amounts of damage. So the mirror match goes pretty quick. That is one thing I'm thankful for when it comes to the Ramlethal mirror matches. Is damn, do they kill each other fast?
Yeah, and the next match that we're actually going to get on stream is going to be between Umisho and Bean. So we've got EVO top 8 players here on Series E week after week. Let's go.
Just saying, Just saying.
Oh, man.
And yeah, Red Diddle also competed at EVO, did a really good job, I believe, just outside top 32, top 24. If I am not mistaken.
Yeah. But obviously still here going with the Ramlethal. It was just a 1 game for SQ.
Ooh. Slicing back and forth, but SQ down a sword. What are you going to do now? Oh, it's going to come back. Oh, nice. IB into the throw punish. SQ not worried about only having 1 sword at all. The defense is too solid.
Oh,
nice speaking of defense, bro. Wow. Red Diddle that time. What a throw tech.
Okay, gonna PRC to keep himself safe after that whiff throw.
Slice
now keeping the pressure going. Red Diddle going in, but SQ finally finding a little bit of momentum here, getting the knockdown and into the run-up throw.
And up in his business. SQ setting up shop again. Double beam dream here.
Plus on block.
Yeah, that's a bad chip. That was super well calculated from SQ as well. Red Diddle would have died to the throw, but Livin now has SQ in the corner. She does escape for now, gets a little bit of breathing room via tossing the sword. Oh, and dashing right into the waiting arms of Ramlethal.
They ran into each other, and nice reactions from SQ to just hit that throw button as quickly as possible.
That was some real being reunited at the airport after with a long lost love type joy right there.
Oh man.
Oh, sliced again. No neutral for you.
Alright, pushing towards the corner with the sword. Yeah, and wasn't close enough obviously to get the combo off of the explosion, but enough for the explosion to lock down after the tumble, which allowed Red Ditto to take that round. And now Red Ditto on is just trying to tie it up right now 1-1. Ooh.
Yeah, and he's definitely on his way to do so. Took a huge chunk out of SQ's life bar. Already has the corner as well. SQ though, she feeling the pressure. Bursts out. Gonna try to respect that sword range, but man, these dash ups. The sequences have actually been going to SQ's way a lot of the time when they've both been in neutral, and the dash up has been going, and the YRC is blocked. Love SQ just letting the sword do the heavy lifting right there.
And he just goes right back in there with a throw, but here we go, the RC, yeah. Oh, man, every time Ramlethal gets that gold burst, look out for double swords RC. You have to look out for that, because that is the favorite thing of a full metered Ramlethal.
The screen deletion happens every time, bro. If they have the 100 tension, Ramlethal players spin meter faster than any other character in the game. Like any other player, any other character, like she's going to the expensive shops and she's cashing the credit card immediately. Like the gold burst, you are not gonna have that tension 5 seconds later. I already know how it goes.
She gets her paycheck and she's already putting into the latest thing, man.
Like, it's no joke. Like, it's wild. It's just funny because that's such a good option a lot of the time, right? It's like double sword, RC, and then, like, either they get the hit and then they do a massive combo with another RC, or they end up doing some pressure sequence that probably results in them RCing to keep their turn anyway. So it's really fascinating just to see, like, how quickly they spin the tension. But it works out so often, right? That it's not even like me trying to be like, hey, they should not spin it as quickly.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You know, it's just funny as an observation.
It's just when you have a lot of good ways to spend your meter and a lot of good ways to, you know, delete neutral, essentially, you know, it's just, it's such a powerful weapon to have.
Most definitely Red Ditto now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Slump life.
Yeah. Getting the ground crumple, so wanting to let the slump to the floor to keep the pressure going.
That was beautiful timing by Red Ditto too. Like as soon as SQ was able to get hit from that wall slump, that's when she had to guess.
Okay, but now SQ has the corner. Yep, grabbed right before the sword explodes. Try to go for another one, but Red Ditto calling it out with the jump back, able to punish the throw with and take that round.
The Ditto. Oh, nice. Actually, just with the micro dash 2K right there, caught SQ maybe trying to hold up afterwards, but SQ gets a huge back throw. Never mind, it was nothing because Red Ditto got one of their own.
Oh, man.
Oh, the instant blockers when the PRC came out.
Back throws into the corner in this game are so brutal.
But now, literally round-changing things.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, here we go.
Red Ditto. He's just finding it time and time again somehow, but SQ gonna burst out. Oh, he's trying to run up all in his business. Oh, checkmate. That is a punish on block. Thanks.
Yep, and again, if you use the character, you have that knowledge, right? You've gotten hit by that before, and you're like, dang it, all right, okay, fine. And so, yep, there you go. Red Ditto absolutely knew, got the punish, taking the lead now 2-1 over SQ.
Yeah, so for those that might be unfamiliar, why I legitimately said checkmate is because, as we said, that's like a 9-frame startup super. That's like -12 on block. So it's a punish on block, and anything that she cancels into is also going to get super. That's why it's like, as soon as you do that, if you don't have a way to make that save with your own RC, like, you actually just die.
Ooh, God, what a timing on that burst from SQ. Avoided the sword explosion and landed before Red Ditto could get the punish.
Oh, what a conversion right there, Red Ditto. Really trying to maintain this corner. Didn't think that combo was going to keep going. Brings the burst out, and making the most of it as well. This is huge.
I think that was just a single sword chop. Doesn't matter. Still a ton of damage. Both of them running up to each other right at the start.
Beautiful tech throw right there. Red Ditto trying to keep SQ locked in that corner. SQ escaped for a moment, but it's not going to be long enough. Now Red Ditto set point.
Dang, after that first game from SQ, taking it 1-0 in a very fast fashion, Red Ditto coming back so far with 2 games in a row, trying to make it just 3 straight. Has SQ towards the corner, yep, chased down with the jump punches.
Ooh, but back throw incident. Left and right when it comes to, oh no, SQ didn't get their sword back.
Just wanted to point at him, that's all.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It was all a bait. Look at the damage, huh? It fell right into my trap. Thanks.
Ow! Oh man! All right, SQ staying alive. Oh, just what a whiff punish. Nicely done.
This 5H. Yeah, see, that's the cancel. And that sword toss would have got supered anyway in the last round.
Yeah.
Or the round previous.
No DP for Ramlethal. Only invincibility is that super.
Yeah.
Oh no, didn't hit the kick fast enough. Caught him as an OTG, so couldn't keep the juggle going. But sword into PRC, and then the jump punches to prevent the jump away from the sword. Red Ditto trying to just continue with this offense, but finally out of the corner. SQ with the air dash.
Yeah, now it's gonna get a chance, but that chance quickly dashed away. 24 carats on Red Ditto. Already spent some of it. Oh, and of course the conversion there for the hard knockdown. Nice block that time.
Okay, but using all that meter to keep the pressure going. Oh no, a bad burst by SQ, which is going to give Red Ditto the win, 3-1. Just a really unfortunate burst, just right outside the range. And that's going to allow Red Ditto to move forward.
I hope that makes all the non-Ram players that have bad bursts in the corner against Ram feel better. Like you can see, even when you know what the character does, it is extremely difficult to burst her in the corner when it's the pressure. You know what I mean? Like, it just at any moment, all of her options are so fast. Her throw, her dash, everything is just so quick that sometimes you have to commit to stuff before she could even get into that range. And a lot of times you can stay out of that range with the swords, right? So you have to time the burst properly. It's very difficult to do so, even for a player that knows the character as well as SQ does. So definitely big ups to Red Ditto. You can see why a lot of people call Red Ditto the best Ram Lethal in the world right there, man. He is clean with it every time.
Yeah, and honestly, though, I mean, I guess that's just the trait of top-tier Valentines, right? I mean,
yes.
Elfelt got you in the corner and shot you. Dude, there's just no place to burst. And now Ramlethal getting you in the corner. Oh, look at that. Yeah, if people can't tell what that is on the tongue over there, that is literally the inputs for all the parries, neutral jump, and into the Ken combo afterwards. It's pretty sick. Yeah, did you have to jump into like go for the drawing for
I got
to
a
get
resale real quick. As soon as Mark posted it, I was able to get it for not too expensive.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I think it's probably too late for me to try to hunt one of those down for a decent price. So
check it out though, everybody, definitely, legitimately check out Mark Band's Twitter too. He's got the full story on it and whatnot. I believe filmed by Esteban and Hold Back to Block. So it is a fascinating story to say the least.
Dang, interesting. So Umisho, who had been going with Viking this whole entire time, is like, oh, you know what? I'm fighting another top 8 EVO player, so I'm not gonna play no more Viking. It's back to the happy chaos.
That is a message to send right there. Umi's like, yo, you gotta have a medal to be worthy of my happy chaos. You don't got a medal, you can get the Viking only. That's wild.
Showing Bean is like, look, this would have happened if we ran into each other in the top 8 bracket. I'm just letting you know now.
Right, she's like, don't get any funny ideas thinking you would have beat me in top 8.
I mean, Bean, you gotta kind of feel honored, right? Forcing your opponent to pull out their mate.
Son.
He was like, I'm respected.
Yeah, right?
Oh, what a block!
Oh my goodness, Bean! Turning the NOS on, my goodness, bulldogging down the happy chaos.
Yo! And that's what Don was looking for. Remember, he blocked the 2K into the 6K, and then it was 2K into 2D, and Don stood up the second time. He thought Bean was going to go for the back-to-back overheads like that, and Bean saving it for the Umisho.
Oh my goodness, and now Umisho tapped us into the follow. Oh, so cheap. Wall break is not going to be enough for the kill. He has another chance, but man, it is a long one.
Yeah, and again, Happy Chaos. I mean, legitimately, Happy Chaos does not have any good wake-up options, but Umisho's defense is really good. Oh, whoa!
Damn, still got cursed too. That sucks.
Now, he doesn't have a lot of meter. He was trying to dash forward because he knew if he just kept blocking, he would have been chipped to death, and he would have had no meter to show for it. So he was trying to get his way in. Umisho read that and interrupted with that, with their own 2K, I should say, with their own 2K.
Yeah, Happy Chaos's 2K is a war criminal type button. It is super, super good. You can see Umisho does a great job of utilizing it. Like whenever their opponent kind of stops for a second and like starts hesitating on their approach, like Umisho just immediately starts abusing like the micro dash 2Ks like you just saw right there.
Right. And it's like, it's lore-wise, right? Like, they tried to make it so that Happy Chaos's attacks don't look like professional martial arts kind of moves because he's not supposed to really know how to fight like that. But why are his buttons so dang good?
Right? Like, okay, I get it that he could use magic and shoot a gun, but like, why are his normals good? Like, he's not supposed to be able to fight like that. Oh, no.
Big damage off of this. Big damage. He's got a lot of meter. You get the wall splat over here.
Bean.
Hard knockdown. What's the setup? Just goes in for the 6K. Nice block, but gonna block. Bait out. No! What? Why didn't he just commit to the death?
I assume he was trying to bait out a burst hard body.
You're right.
But like, oh no! Shot in the back. Oh damn! Couldn't even do it face to face. That was cold-blooded, bro.
Oh man, that's so messed up. Where are you on the screen? Sure. I want to whiff punish you. H. There it is, right there.
Oh my god! Legitimately shot. That was Ricky status. Running down the street, shot in the back.
Oh man. Here we go now.
He's got 100% tension though.
Oh, that's gonna. Oh, that wasn't fast enough. I swore that was gonna be a punish. But actually, that's even better right there. The counter hit gives him the free combo afterwards. Doesn't even need to spend an RC.
Exactly, and then the counter hit was guaranteed via the exclamation point. The red wrist gauge being cranked so heavily, but right now Umisho still has another chance. Oh, but that chance getting up much further away. Matter of fact, not gonna have one in this round afterwards.
Right, nicely done right here. Umisho trying to go up 2-0. Of course, this is. I feel like we should write EVO champion Umisho on the screen. You know, nice. Put some respect on the name here. Ooh.
Straight up EVO champion, best Guilty Gear Strive player in the world, Umisho.
Yeah. There we go. Pressure stayed in the front with that slash. Here we go. Going to be able to confirm off of that. Yep. Through the wall. Not going to be a hard knockdown. How much BRC? Okay, Umisho goes with the BRC. Oh, no.
Goodness. And then again, Umisho's awareness as somehow the reads just never stop. She sniffs out the burst and baits it, punishes it for the kill.
Ouch. Umisho, she's gone up 2-0 now.
Ridiculous, man.
And again, though, busting out the happy chaos on Bean. So, you know, she was using Biken the entire time up to this point, but had to get serious for fellow top 8 finisher here, Bean. And again, I'm so happy for Bean getting top 8 at EVO. That is an amazing accomplishment.
Most definitely, that's going to put him on the map, man. Obviously, as you mentioned, Series irregular, but now he's got a huge offline performance to back up his online performances as well, and it's going to help, I know, a lot of his status going forward with going to tournaments and just general interest in his play.
Oh no, the tap dust into the follow-up.
Oh yeah, oh my god, getting shot, the jump S into the forward. I thought that was going to be a further combo, but not happening right now. Focused up again, but DP from being gonna get some breathing room back.
Oh, got him with the overhead into the RC. Gonna be able to do a lot of damage. No worry about. Oh, what the heck? Is he just going for the reset mix up there?
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one.
All right, but you see him trying to get forward. Nice. Able to take out the clone and stay safe. Wow. That is the power of being as fast as Chip is. Oh, YRC does connect. Oh, the cross up and the gunshot.
Man,
wow,
the
Chip
combat
lives.
roll was so nasty, bro. Yeah, Chip lives. A sentence you rarely hear uttered. Ooh,
nice.
And Heavy Chaos does not be making the most out of that sliver of life he still had.
Yeah, really surprised Umisho committed to a backdash in that scenario, because you know people like to BRC drift forward. That's the second time that's happened, dude. the trade on the sweeps. Oh, man, but yeah. Oh, God, what? No, there's that life. It's all gone. Oh.
Yeah, but via that super fully reloaded on the bullets as well. Oh, nah, you don't gotta send messages like that, Umisho. That wasn't even optimal, but you had to send the message like that? Clone to air grab at the DP.
Oh, man. Why you gotta do him like that, Umisho?
That was wow. She really sent a message with that one, fam.
Oh no, there it is. Anybody who can combo off of that tap dust for free by themselves like that is just so scary to deal with. But Happy Chaos is just a whole nother story because of the gunshot.
Once again, yep. You already know stage change plus frame. Oh, try to set up shot. Nice RC from Bean to keep the pressure going.
Yeah, he knew that attack was going to hit the clone, so he hit the clone with the slash. RC'd that, and the RC explosion actually hit Umisho. So that was actually really smart by Bean. Backdash, but you're still under pressure.
Ooh, the overhead. Keep him being alive in this set right here. We ain't going quietly into the night. Umisho busted out the Happy Chaos for a reason. They know Bean deserves some respect. Top 8 EVO placing. Not going to get 3-0'd here whatsoever. Puts a W on the board, and we got a real set to go.
Right. Be nice to see. Dude, watch. Umisho actually switches over to bike it. Oh, no, okay.
Imagine, yeah, right? Like, little did you know I was actually being disrespectful. Happy Chaos is the secondary. No, of course not.
Yeah, gets the burst.
Yeah. I was gonna say, showing the respect to Bean's offensive game, right? Like immediately bursting out. Ooh, the combat rolls were blocked so well at first. Look at the conversion. Oh my goodness, red out of focus, luckily.
Dude, how do these two keep trading those sweeps? It's so funny. But here we go, Bean now. And again, the thing that makes Umisho so strong is their defense. And so, you know, compared to other Happy Chaoses, Umisho should be able to survive a lot of these mix-ups. But he is getting opened up by a lot by Bean. Look at this. The Super should be able to kill Bean. Actually getting a sequence on Umisho where he literally chased out and frame trapped and swept in all the right places. Umisho unable to read Bean that time.
And that's a huge trade right there for Bean. Getting the 2D to trade with the 2S like that, that's going to give him a hard knockdown. This is what has resulted in this offense right now.
Even a player as good as Umisho, you can only block so long against this chip. But you see right there, Umisho finding their way out. Could have got a little bit more, but here comes Bean, gets the burst out of Umisho now.
Yeah, I think that quarter circle forward is supposed to hit, and it actually didn't. Ooh, both players stare each other down. Concentration is back now, but backdash gets clipped. Bean doesn't get the kill, though. BRC, I was going to say, should make that whiff punish very easy. And it does. It's Bean roaring back into this set. 2 rounds straight in that game 4, and now we are at a game 5.
All right, here we go. Preview of a match from EVO that didn't get a chance to happen if perhaps Bean had made it all the way through the losers bracket. Didn't happen. I forgot if Bean lost to Peppery or I forgot who they ended up losing to on the loser side. But they did finish in 7th place. But again, that was out of over 2,000 contestants.
Shout out Bean. That was so sick to see.
Yeah. Showing the caliber of play that we have here on Series E week after week after week. Like, you don't think that these are some of the best players in the country. I don't know what you're watching, okay? Like,
yeah,
seriously.
It's time to wake up. Oh, Shatas.
And then rounds like that happen, and you're like, Happy Chaos!
Like, well, how does anyone get close as they do, right? Oh, okay, it's a big trade. Oh my goodness, Umisho, the aggression. Just woke up and dashed in.
Yeah, it looked like they were going to try to chase down a backdash. Dude, Umisho has been the only one to consistently backdash that meaty clone from being off of the sweep OTG into the clone. And while they're not plus afterwards, it still gets them out of the free pressure that Bean would get.
Exactly, yeah. Her backdash timings are super good. She's really good at kind of picking out specific things that she could just use the invulnerability window for. Focuses up again. You got to get through this. Oh, gets the guard break sequence going. Oh, yeah. Watch me pose on you.
Oh, now the concentration. Oh, man. Time for chip damage, yeah. I mean, earlier you saw that, like, Bean, you could tell Bean wants to hit the clone that's sitting there. And Bean is trying to change up the timing to not be obvious. And Umisho still got a standing heavy gunshot on a crouch light kick that Bean was just like sitting there, and then ran up and hit the clone. And that's right when Umisho shot him. And so Umisho is going to move forward.
Yeah, so great stuff once again from Umisho, closing out that set in game 5. And yeah, going back to the tried and true strat when they had such a significant life lead and Chip only had a little bit of life left, right? If you can only afford to take 1 or 2 gunshots on your life bar, then Umisho's gonna happily go back to that old school game and just shoot you from a long range. Put the clones up time and time again, just curse up, make sure that reticle locks on quickly. And I mean, they really know their win condition at any given moment and are so quick to identify and execute it what makes them the best in the world.
And so Umisho is going to move on to winners finals. We're going to find out who the other side of that winner finals is going to be. We have Jonathan Tene still sitting here dominating people with that Zato, going up against Red Ditto, who we saw win the mirror match against SQ.
Yes, sir. Red Ditto and Jonathan Tene both play each other a whole lot as well. I believe both residing in SoCal at the moment as well, so connection should be super crisp.
Taking their turn with that 5P, but there's that range that Ramathal has that makes her so scary. Not only does she have the range, but those swords are fairly disjointed as well. Really hard to hit them.
Most definitely. A lot of the time, even when you 6P at certain ranges, you just get a clash because of the disjointed property of them. But Red Ditto right now, just firing on all cylinders, coming out hot with a perfect.
Nice, a raw sword toss. Just to catch Jonathan Tene. Of course, the flip right there, not catching, but gonna be able to get the. Oh no! Just let him spring off the wall. Okay, didn't want the wall splat. It looked like.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, maybe just not trying to break the wall just yet.
Yeah, if you're on defense and you get stuck to the wall, there's almost kind of no reason not to hold forward while you're trying to tech off the wall, right?
Yeah, at least right now for sure. There was a moment I just remembered in Hotashi versus Latif, where Latif in the exhibition at the Sodium Suites, where Latif had Hotashi wall splatted. And he like backdash, and Hotashi held forward off the wall splat, and Latif did command grab, and like he forward teched it directly into the command grab, and it hit. And I was like, man, you're pretty nasty at this game, Latif. I'll give you that, bro. I'll give you that.
Damn. I need to go watch those archives like now. I need to go watch those. Oh man, I heard that set was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. My favorite part of it was that at 9-9 they both got around and then they dapped up in the middle of the set. Like they actually we're like, nah, we're actually both ridiculous as hell. Like it was so cool.
Oh man, dude, I've said it many times, man. When you fight against somebody else and you have that close match where you can feel both of you making all the adjustments the whole time, it is one of the greatest fighting game experiences you can ever have. It's just like two people doing a dance that they don't want the other person to do, but everyone keeps adapting, and it's just beautiful.
It really is. I definitely want to talk more about it in a little bit. I have some philosophical thoughts on that I want to share.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Right now we got Red Ditto. Yeah, that definitely do remind me because I will probably forget. Okay. Red Ditto definitely trying to extend his lead right now, though, first hard down in this game too. Yeah, but again, keeping the corner, really prioritizing that pressure to lock down the Zato. But somehow Jonathan gets these clutch back throws time and time again. Oh, that black throw is not going to save him this time, though. Red Ditto. Clean combos as per usual. Probably the best in the business in terms of optimization with the character offensively.
Woo. Dang, look at that. Nice spacing there. Kind of had to halt their offense just a little bit just because of the opposing. What a side switch. With Jonathan Tene using that break the law to go right past you.
Yeah, the cross under so clean.
Good blocks. What a block. This defense is ridiculous and gets the trade on the jump. Yo, that defense was nasty.
That was definitely wild. When Jonathan landed and immediately did jump up air dash down low again and he blocked it, I got super impressed.
Dude, look at this is like some Goichi Dragon Ball Fighters level of defense here, I swear.
Ditto. Oh, it's getting thrown finally. Baits it out. Yeah, and it goes with the command throw to take the burst off the table. Very smart from Jonathan Tene.
All right, tying it up 1-1. Do you have time to wax nostalgic about the beauty of fighting games here?
So in regards to like a competition like that and a money match that was as heated as a Latif Hotashi one has built up, when you have both players really leaving it out on the table like that, it's cool because as much as there might have been beef or animosity or something like that, which there wasn't really anything serious between the two, right, but there was a lot of pride and some type of beef on the table, right? When you see that the other person has worked so hard and cares so much about doing well. Like, all that just kind of gets left on the table. How can you not respect them, right? And like, when they're both bringing that much and putting that much effort into it, like, all that's left is respect. So that's why I just love seeing them. Like, even when it might stem from beef or it might, you know, come from shit talk, at the end of the day, when they are battling like warriors against each other, all that's left is respect for each other.
Yo, damn, you're making me cry here, Rick.
Bro, it's true, bro. It is so true.
It's so true.
It's so true.
Bro. Yeah, it's one of the best feelings out there, honestly. And emphasize, you said, by them, you know, giving each other the dap like that, you know, in the middle of a set, dude.
Yes, like it wasn't even like when a game had ended. It was the middle of the game. A round had just ended. Like, it was so sick.
That is one of those, you know what, respect. You know, like the both players just being like, yo, serious respect.
All right, so Jonathan here really has brought himself back into this set. Already has a lead here after falling down in the first game. Yeah, that unsummon on the frog is so cheap. Give me the plus frames. Oh, he had to do the dash down overhead this time to open up Ditto. Oh no,
ooh,
that was so unfortunate for Red Ditto right there. That was just a scramble that worked out super well for Jonathan.
Yeah, what a great conversion. And then keeping the command throw safe with the gaping maw. Okay, YRC, opportunity now for Red Ditto to be able to survive this, because you know what? You're almost going all the way to the corner. Oh boy. Yeah, you better burst that, because you were... Oh, what?
Like, pushing P. Zato 5P is mad cheap. Don't worry. I won't. I'm not defending it. I promise. Hands up. 5P is mad cheap.
I just talked about how disjointed.
Hands up. 5P is mad cheap. I'm not going to defend it.
I just talked about how disjointed Ramlethal sword attacks were, and then Zato 5P was like, whatever.
That button's bonkers, bro. I was really impressed with the way Red Ditto killed Eddie right before that, too.
Yeah.
Like, he delayed his air backdash to time it to where he would hit the Pierce, and the Pierce wouldn't hit him. That was really, really good.
Yeah, and the best thing about hitting it that way is you hit it and then land, and you're no longer in the delay of the ground attack, say, if you're using that to hit Eddie, right? So that's why it's such a smart way to do that.
Oh, yeah, showing them the oppose, and of course, we get a combo off the throw when it's out there. Everything just seems to work with Zato.
Okay. And yeah, here's this pressure in the corner. Good defense. How do you block that?
I don't know. He's definitely got those like dash down low blocks timed perfectly. Oh, classic Jonathan Tene right there. Dash out, BRC down for the big punish on the whiff throw.
Yeah, you pointed that out at Arc Revo West Finals, that being the Jonathan Tene, and I've just seen him do that over and over and over again since then.
And that is definitely his stuff. Look, again, the dash down low is blocked every time.
Oh
my goodness.
Dude, there's no way. That defense was ridiculous.
Red Ditto again opting to keep the corner here. Knows a combo into a super. He doesn't have the meter for a will kill, but either way, oh my goodness, the chase down. You might have the NOS, but my goodness, you ain't built like this Ram Lethal. The speed on her 0 to 60 in an instant.
Yeah, whatever Umisho eats to get her defense so strong, I think Red Ditto definitely ate some of that too. Oh, finally, Jonathan Tene opens up, but just a simple little 2K 2D, and that was it.
Yeah, it really just got him with stagger pressure. That time, finally, a dash down low hits. Oh no, and Jonathan gonna make him pay for it with his entire life. Amorphous for the kill and the set, 3-1.
Dude, like, the defense was so solid all game long. Finally got opened up, and just a little bit of that panic setting in there with that bad burst timing, and that unfortunately is gonna cost Red Ditto the match. But man, the way that Red Ditto was defending, that kept him alive for so many more opportunities than most other people would have had.
Yeah, most definitely. That was a great defense from Red Ditto from start to finish right there. But you you got to find ways to steal your turn back after successful defensive reads, right? And unfortunately for Ditto, it's hard to do that against Zato. It really is. He's one of the best characters at keeping his turn going. That's what makes him so potent. Is not only is his mix strong, but his ability to keep the mix going afterwards is even stronger. So definitely good stuff from John the 10A. I can't wait for that winners finals, but I cannot wait even more to hear what Yeso and Jake Ryan have to say. Talk to me, fellas.
You know, I cannot wait to deliver this next line because I know we were talking about the Rams. They failed the mission, and against Jonathan 10A failed the mission once again because I looked at the bracket in EVO and I wanted to validate what Ringe said was true. Yes, it was a 33rd placing for Ramlethal, and it wasn't just one, it was 3. It was Red Ditto, Super Noon, and Zondo. It felt like something was in the water at EVO, and 33rd was the answer for Ram. They failed the mission. Daisuke was there, and they knew. They knew that they had to stop.
Was something in the water, or do people just need to get over the fact that Ram is not nearly as potent as people thought she was 4 months ago?
I need to
like, she's good. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like the discussion 4 months ago was it was Nago and Ram, and then of course Happy Chaos came in and jumped up there as no free clout. It was Ram and Nago. I'm just dropping that down there. It was Ram and Nago, and then Happy Chaos joined the club. And I think Ram needs to get out of the S tier. Zato's in the S tier.
They can both be in S tier. They can both be in S tier. We just saw what happened there. Obviously, SQ went to losers as well.
Yes.
But it was to a Ram mirror match. And, just because the Rams didn't achieve the mission, I firmly believe it was because Daisuke was there and they did not want to cloud Daisuke's vision. And our vision...
They were like, let's throw so Ram doesn't get
Oh,
nerfed.
yeah. 200%. I don't think any of the Ram players play on sticks, so they didn't have any stake in the gold Vitrix. It was probably just the medal and the trophy and the fame and everything. But, falling to the way...
They're playing the long con.
They're playing the long con, all right? Okay. They're going to give Ram a Happy Chaos gun. That's what's going to happen.
So then I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Okay.
If we look at losers quarters right now, we've got a couple of Rams down there. We got Bean and SQ on one side, Red Ditto, Kazam on the other.
Oh, yeah.
Are we going to get a Ram mirror in loser semis?
I mean, we can potentially. Yeah, I've seen it before. Obviously, Bean with that top 8 placing has to be feeling pretty good. Carved up a couple of high-level players. Probably a Ram here or there on the way to that top 8 placement. Definitely a hard feat because we see how much damage Ram does. So definitely at risk there. But, that is a timeline I can expect. If the Rams eliminate each other, then the problem is fixing itself.
And I mean, hey, even if they meet up and we get a Ram in losers finals, they have to go through Jonathan or Umisho.
Oh, yeah.
So the likelihood that we see a Ram leave the loser side of the bracket, highly unlikely. Highly unlikely, because pretty sure they're just going to run into one of those buzzsaws and it's not going to work out.
Yeah, not going to work out. I mean, just like Yeso's opinion on top 3. Top 3 is Happy Chaos, Nago, and Ram. You can argue with me on Twitter all you want, but you're going to have to argue a little bit later because we are going to be going to a break, so get those Twitter fingers ready. Get your eyes ready and rest it up. Get yourself a water, a drink, or a snack. Mike and Ike's are a great choice.
Yes.
And we will see you soon for our next match.
Welcome back to Series E, everybody. Thank you for joining us for another week of the finest Guilty Gear Strive action in the whole damn world. Yeah, I can say it now after that EVO championship. Seeing so many players that we represent in Series E week in and week out make that top 8, make that top 16, and even our own Razor's Umisho taking the entire tournament herself. An amazing run from so many players, an amazing tournament, an amazing weekend coming off of that, and we just can't keep the fighting game action down. We are here running it once again. The champion is in the building. A couple of the top 8 places are in the building and beyond. James, how are you doing, my man?
Doing good and ready for some of this losers bracket action right now. We are going to be, looks like we're going to start with SQ versus Bean. Red Ditto and Kazam might be happening off stream. Yeah, so we are going to get SQ and Bean here. And obviously we've already seen both of these players, but speaking of EVO, you know, top 8 players, Bean is definitely one of them with that top 8 with the chip.
Exactly, Bean making top 8, first year in competition when it comes to fighting games, and made it all the way to the pinnacle. A medal in their trophy case to start off, an amazing feat for sure. And looking to ride that momentum here into Series E. You know, I talked about Umisho's confidence getting bolstered from winning the tournament. You can say the same for Bean, 100%. That top 8 placing in a 2,000 person bracket, and man, that risk gauge cranked overhead is going to result in a deaded Grand Lethal.
That risk gauge was built up so high. SQ was trying very hard to be patient on the defense because, you know, the more desperate you become, it's like you kind of get easier to open up sometimes. Yeah. So try to remain solid, but then just the overhead forcing the counter hit thanks to the risk gauge, and it was it after that.
It's so hard to like not maneuver around Chip, man. Like, or in terms of like, it's hard to not squirm and flinch like in the face of Chip pressure. He's just so fast. It makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, man, it's just so hard because it's so easy to stagger your pressure and such because obviously, you know, faultless defense, instant blocking pushes them away. But man, it's just, it's so hard to time that.
Yeah, 100%. You only got a 2-frame window to do, so not easy. You got to make sure you're FD in as well.
Yeah, I was just about to ask. Can you hold FD and then instant block and it still works?
Yeah, okay, so you can hold the 2 buttons, and if you instant block, then the IBFD will come out. That's like the primary stable way to do it.
Yeah, but again, it's just really hard to time. And like you said, 2-frame window, right? IBs, I think in the old Guilty Gear were 3-frame windows.
8.
And,
or 8, bro.
8. They were 8? Oh my God.
And the Exit, it was an 8-frame window. Yeah, so it's drastic. It is a fourth of the window it used to be. It is a drastic change.
Ow!
Yeah, that's why everybody was like, "What do you mean, bro?" Like, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I mean, obviously, you know, one of the modern things about fighting games is the whole idea that moves are different on hit than they are on block. And, you know, a lot of the older fighting games, that was never the case. being in Guilty Gear XX days and Exer days was kind of their way of, you know, getting that to happen. You had the IB to change the frame data for yourself. And in this game, they've switched it to it's just naturally weaker on block like most of the other modern fighting games. Yeah, so, precisely. You know, it seems like they wanted to make IB a little harder because it's not as vital to the gameplay.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting too because, like, I mean, we talked about it a little bit back when we were first theorizing why they changed it. And I mean, we talked about some of the galling restrictions too, right? Like not being able to go into as many buttons makes it so you should know the sequences. Like there should be less sequences to know. So therefore, the window can be less because you have to know less. But yeah, I mean, you could wax on about that stuff forever, honestly. It could be a whole hour-and-a-half lecture.
Honestly, I feel like, remember I was talking about the change to being able to cancel and delay your cancels like a Marvel game. I honestly, is he dead? Okay. No, maybe before the glitch, maybe before they fixed the glitch, he might have been dead. But I mean, honestly, I feel like that might be, that delay cancel might be one of the reasons why they made it so that they can't Gatling the whole way through, because otherwise it would just be frame trap, frame trap, frame trap, frame trap, frame trap, you know, like 5 buttons in a row. At least in Marvel, you had a push block. Like if this game had push block, go ahead. But, you know, I feel like that might have come into play on why you can't do those full Gatlings, because it was just like punch, frame trap, timing kick, frame trap, timing slash, frame trap, timing, you know, like it would have been like, oh God.
No, I think that's 100% right. And that's why, like, the more I play Strive, the more I feel like a lot of things all kind of fit together well. Like, I actually think, like, they kind of did a good job with this fighting game. Like, a lot of things do actually make sense when you take into context what the consequences are of other things in the game.
Well, Bean has been looking super good right now, starting off 2-0, showing the prowess that they had, you know, showing why they're an EVO top 8 finisher, keeping this rush down on Ramethal. And again, you know, Chip may not have the range that Ramethal does on her buttons, but, you know, the speed at which he can run forward makes up for it.
Yeah, exactly. He's got tricky ways to close the distance. He's got the Alpha Blades. He's got the clones, and just in general, his speed, the triple jumps, definitely ways to bypass a lot of that range. But my goodness, that 2S is juiced, brother.
Dude, oh no, just a little too slow on that. Oh boy,
that
not like this.
To bite SQ heavily.
Okay, good
match.
The challenge with the 5P.
Was about to get mixed. I would have got hit by that. Good, that was a real good match. Because you weren't blocking that.
SQ was actually doing really well with that neutral. I talked about the speed that Chip has. SQ was actually throwing out a lot of preemptive buttons that Bean was running into that last round, but that just means now Bean will have the opportunity to whiff punish things from SQ. So SQ is going to have to be a little careful. Great reaction with the 6P baits out.
Oh my goodness. Say goodbye to that life. SQ, 1 on the board. And yeah, it was just a clean bait out. Immediate into super, put him away.
That was a SQ hit Control A and then delete, dude. Like there was nothing left there. Select all, delete. That was it right there, dude.
Legitimately, I just pictured the entire Chip model like turning blue. You know when you highlight something. And just,
Yo, oh my goodness. All right, so good for SQ there. Oh yeah, SQ trying a little bit of that fade away for that we see Red Ditto use a lot over there. But here comes Bean now. Bean's like, all right, you got your game here. Whoa, again! What a fight out by SQ.
Yeah, picking her spots so well, honestly. 6P in the face of Bean's Chip. A very scary proposition to put out there, but one that paid off. Now, you see the stagger pressure so nasty with a good blocks from SQ though.
Yeah, but you got to watch out. He's almost got that 6K on deck again.
He does the 6K RC. He is the block. He didn't push her back. That was so scrambly because of it. That was so weird.
Yeah, it was the instant block that made it so that he went into the wreck and they went under, right?
Yeah, exactly. Normally that would have pushed her back in the air, would have kept him in front. And it would have kept her in block stun long enough today not to be like a real mix-up. But because it was an instant block, she didn't move and there was no block stun. Like, ouch.
Kind of unfortunate situation there for SQ. Oh, nice. Gets the hit, not enough to kill though yet. Bean definitely not going to be spending any of that burst. Going to hold on, and that's why SQ is just going crazy. Just trying to chip damage to death. And here we go, SQ try to tie it up 2-2, or Bean, if he can take this one, will move on in the loser side of the bracket.
Oh yeah, that's a good start for Bean, but just like saying that, he gets big counter hit and he's gonna burst up to keep this corner. He doesn't want to let SQ escape for free, but SQ finds the perfect spot, but tries to take her turn and gets counter hit in the process.
And tried to run under, but she didn't pop up high enough, so couldn't get the side switch. And so you see Bean still trapped here in the corner. All that life is gone.
Big damage once again here. Trying to FD for his life right here. He just wants some space back, and what a dash out 2K. That was huge from Bean. SQ 50% beater. What an instant block on the cross up.
SQ not hitting buttons fast enough. Okay, the YRC and actually has the corner position now. What a timing for that YRC right on the side switch. So smart, and that OTG is gonna kill, and SQ ties it up 2-2.
Amazing play right there from SQ to hold on to that set, man. Some clutch mixes at the end, just in general. The defense, the hesitation that got that knockdown that directly preceded the kill sequence, that was such a clean stagger. That was like the best timing I've seen to open up Bean right there. Like, she knew exactly when Bean was finally going to do an option and 2K'd the hell out of him. That was sick.
All right, here we go. Final game between Bean and SQ. Oof.
This is winner takes all now.
And the 6P all ready to go. And here we go. The conversion into the full combo into the corner. Gonna go for the hard knockdown. A lot of scaling on that, but still safe jump timing. I love that backdash from Bean, however.
Ooh, and Bean with the full conversion. Damn, man, the mix afterwards. We got Super on deck. Oh, it's Wall Slum City, though. YRC for SQ and gets hit by it, so now it is her world. Are you going to survive, Bean? He does not. Set point for SQ.
That was a same thing. Beautiful YRC timing from SQ on the cross-up, so Bean couldn't get back to the front and ended up cornering himself. So SQ delaying these YRCs to make sure for the side switch.
And SQ even delayed the wake-up backdash right there. It actually dodged Bean's extended dash, looking for that exact thing. Oh, okay. What a huge back throw.
Oh, man.
Legitimately got thrown out of invisibility, it felt like.
And now this pressure just going in here. You are taking so much block damage that if you get touched, you are dead. Out of there, but you can't get away for free. How is he going to be able to burst? Can he burst? Oh.
Yeah, holds on to it for now, but finally does with a magic pixel of life. Oh my goodness, you just came back from Vegas, man. I hope you saw a show or two.
Oh, so scary. And he chipped him. Oh, he got the knockdown. He got the knockdown from the front. Here comes the corner pressure. Backs off a little bit.
Oh my goodness, Bean. FDing immediately. Oh, but that's all SQ needed. That window of opportunity once he did block the sword. Dash up, make something happen with the 5K. Great job to put on the pressure when you knew that Bean had his back against the wall the most.
Man, that you could just see Bean was just so worried about that chip damage death. Managed a faultless defense both times that SQ threw the sword, but then it just came down to SQ just being brave enough to dash forward and just come right in there with the 5K and caught Bean. Bean probably saw it, tried to check with his own 5K or a 5/, just wasn't in time. SQ barely moves on and sends home our EVO top 8 finisher.
That's what impressed me so much about SQ's decision to 5K in that instance after the dash up, because you saw, like you said, Bean was looking for the FD to avoid the chip. So usually when people see a person willing to FD a lot, one way to open that up is to throw, right? Like that's you're like, okay, if you're committing your fingers to the FD, then obviously you're not going to be able to throw tech. So a lot of the time players dash up and do throw in that instance. But I mean, that's just the recognition and respect that SQ had for Bean, knowing that he is better than that, right? He's only going to FD these sequences and then look for a way out with chip. He knows that he can't just play defense that whole time. So that was just really, really impressive high-level play from both sides.
Yeah, and of course, Jonathan Tene might not be a top 8 finisher at EVO, but was definitely top 16, if not top 13, right? So Jonathan just right outside of that top 8, coming in and trying to take down EVO champion Umisho. Oh, what a backdash.
But Umi timing that backdash perfectly, and yeah, it was going to be all bad for Zato in that instance. Still kind of is, but no bullets. And yeah, exactly. Jonathan recognizing that and taking his spot.
Yeah, again, Umisho's defense is just, it's otherworldly, to be honest with you. The amount that she's able to defend and just have that many more opportunities to find the counter hit and live is so important. Okay.
Most definitely. We even saw the 2P in that last round with to challenge the peers. Oh my goodness, though, Umisho. This is a huge damage starter right here. That wrist gauge was cranked, and my goodness, Zato suffering heavily.
Whew. much damage is that?
Yeah, bruh. Yeah. And then look at this. We're already approaching red status on the wrist gauge. Concentration up, PRC to keep the pressure going after the clone. That means you can't press nothing. Gets caught reaching. And my goodness, is Umisho good at teaching.
Dude, I'm telling you, right? Oh, yes. We saw a bunch of Bridgets earlier. Just like the chat know. We've seen a bunch of them. But a lot of people are going down to their business characters, including Umisho. She was using Viking earlier, now switching over to going to the main character, Happy Chaos. But look at this defense. Oh, and then finally a burst out of Umisho. Interesting.
Yeah, right. They were successfully blocking that whole time, but maybe picking that spot. Maybe Eddie was starting to wind down and wanted to take this spot super heavily. But again, oh no, and then baits the burst as well. Gets the curse up on Jonathan. And now Jonathan in a tough spot to be in. No meter for any reversal options. Gets combat rolled on.
You know, Jonathan always has a funny handle, and I didn't notice it until someone in the chat just mentioned it.
Oh, yeah. HC is suck indeed. Amorphous to teach the character a lesson. 1-0 for Jonathan Tenney.
Yeah, I mean, he just agrees with me. He knows that Honda Cammy is one of the worst matches in Super Turbo. So it's just Honda Cammy is suck because that's a 9-1 matchup in Super Turbo. I see you, Jonathan Tene. Thank you for continuing to preach that that match is really terrible. So
Historian Jonathan Tene doing his homework. Going and making sure that people know about matchups in older games as well. Need to know. We gotta learn from history so we don't repeat those mistakes. Right? We can't have them.
Right? Exactly. See, so that I respect that from Jonathan, respecting the history and the elders and such. You know,
he actually is one of the Zoomers that is in touch with the older generations a little bit more than a lot of them. To be honest, he was raised well. Shout outs to Kuba.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I have nothing but effusive praise for a lot of these. I'm going to use the word, it makes me sound like an old man, but I'm going to use it. But I'm really, these kids, they're good. Yeah. They're really good kids, honestly.
I'm very much with you in terms of just the new generation of Guilty Gear Strive players as humans seem to be honestly really good. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very nice to see for sure.
Ooh, just crouching under the frog. Now trying to backdash, but getting chased down by that 2-slash.
Ooh, put the heel on him. Now Umisho, gets caught reaching, and I like that from Jonathan right there. Instead of the big combo, counter hit combo, just takes the corner instead. But you can see Umi, they are definitely ready for some Zato. Didn't actually have to go against, actually did have to defeat Leffen in Winners Finals. So Umisho definitely very ready for this matchup.
Umisho right now is down 0-1, so Jonathan trying to show, if I was able to make it through the winner's side to top 8, things might have been a little bit differently here. And look at this, the shark, not enough to kill.
No, not enough damage, but still not enough. And as long as Umisho has a little bit of life left, oh my goodness, the combat roll went in front. That sucks. Jonathan actually blocked the cross, something got opened up for it. BRC, that should be a punish, and that's another Jonathan Tene special right there. Very well done.
Yeah, you can see Umisho not wanting to send Jonathan through the corner, using that opportunity to set up the reload. But nice block on the tap dust.
Yeah, and you think you can take your turn, but you can't because they can just shoot after.
Right? It's like the same timing, right? If you hit him, it shoots him. If they block, it's a frame trap. So it's so good.
Yeah, exactly. And Jonathan, it even looked like Jonathan tried to wait a little second for that exact thing, right? Where it was like Umisho would have went with the hit timing or something, but I don't know how Umisho did it, man. It felt like they delayed against Jonathan's delay. Like, I don't know how she read that, but again, that's why she's EVO champion, and all the rest of us are trying to get there. So great start to the winners finals.
Yeah, I talked about how a lot of the old games had the same timing on block stud and hit stud. There's an advantage. There's a situation right there where it would actually be easier to fight that, because then if you did block it, they can't frame trap you because the gunshot will be a true block string. But because the block frame data is different than the hit frame data, it works in both ways, which is actually really nice for Happy Chaos.
Ooh, big instant block on that cross up that time. Jonathan's defense maybe warming up a little bit to the combat rolls.
It's a 6P and now just trying to push to the corner. Yeah, throws out the oppose just to make sure Umisho will be scared to touch a button. Nice YRC timing to try to fight out of the corner, but ooh, he tried to go for like a shimmy off of that BRC. What is happening?
I know this is an extremely high level play, honestly, on both sides. Like it looks scrambly, but that BRC was a lot of respect being shown because of the options. The 2Ps from Umisho always are super on point. But right now, Jonathan back at it, has a big opportunity. Great block on the empty low. Uma gonna try to cover the whiff with a shot, but we're back into neutral once again.
Yeah, and throwing out that clone, willing to spend a little bit of that health to throw out the clones just to get the reload going. Nice block by Jet. How do you know where? I mean, like, I feel like sometimes the Happy Chaos doesn't even know which side that is, right?
Yeah. And actually committed to the 2D right there from Umisho. They didn't have any bullets to actually cover that. I'm pretty sure that's why Jonathan got hit. Because Jonathan was like, no way you're going to 2D here with no way to cover it.
Right.
But sorry.
Now, oh, there we go. The 5P Roman cancel, the classic. Here we go. Which way you got to block? Nice defense. Talked about Umisho's defense. We saw that SQ doing that against Jonathan Tene. Umisho trying to do it as well, the backdash, and now you are in the corner, Jonathan Tene. Can you survive?
Yeah, that's the thing, right, is that you're like, oh, maybe I could just take a combo and get the wall break, but no, he just has so many easy ways to go in the wall stuff. Get shot at that 6H. I think that was supposed to be an oppose, but that would have got shot anyway, and now Umisho breaking hearts along the way.
Ooh, breaking hearts, breaking walls, and there you go. Gonna be going up 2-1. So 2-1, not quite done yet. Still needs to win one more game to guarantee grand finals. But again, Umisho, current reigning EVO champion, Umisho.
Reigning defending EVO champion for Guilty Gear Strive, Umisho. It feels so good to say.
I know, right? And you know she's gonna love that. She's got that for a year. Ain't no one taking that away for a year.
Facts. I want to see if she goes to Japan.
Dude, right?
I want to see if she'll do it on enemy territory too. That would be wild.
Yeah, and honestly, just go to Japan because Japan is awesome.
Oh yeah, exactly. I don't know if they've been to Japan before, but in general, I definitely think they probably will want to. Ooh. And right now, Jonathan, playing so solid defensively. Ooh, and yes, the frog got my back. That's the classic Zato, right? Even before it was a frog, no Biru, it functioned the same way.
Right. Now here we go. This continued pressure all the way to the corner, and finally, actually, Umisho hadn't been opened up by that, by the jump dust in a while, but finally got opened up there. And now you are blocking this. There it is again. And see, this time Umisho staying stand blocking. I love Jonathan Tene backdashing and then BRCing back forward because you know the opponent wants to break out. The backdash avoided the breakout attempt and the BRC made sure he could get in fast enough to punish. Just like that.
Yeah, super smart right there. Go with the 5P. Reading the fact that Umisho would have respawned in that with a backdash.
I can't believe he lived throughout that whole time. I can't believe he had enough meter, that she had enough meter to not get chipped to death.
Oh, I know, right? And now she's reloaded the bullets. Oh, no, Jonathan. Gonna die for that YRC. Sorry, fam. Take him out.
This is what I mean. This is what I mean about Umisho. The fact that she can block so many things gives her like maybe 3 or 4 more chances than everybody else gets.
Right, it feels like she's playing Happy Chaos with Nagoriyuki health. Like, you're like, how does she get so many chances, bro? But it's just her playing so well defensively.
God, I just started picturing Happy Chaos with Nagoriyuki health, and I'm not okay right now. I'm not okay right now.
Rich, don't put these thoughts, images in my head.
Exactly. All right, so here we go. Jonathan Tene's got this corner position. Gonna get the wall break,
this
but
is
again,
so scary though.
You gotta close it out, and there it goes. Umisho willing to sacrifice all of her health just to get down, to get the clone, get the reload, and here we go. Can you chip the rest of this life out? Oh, gonna do it with the shark?
FD the Shark. Oh, but did not FD the Pierce. Steals the round. Jonathan staying alive.
I didn't even see the FD come out from Umisho. Like, that was like almost perfect timing to not accidentally spend it all before blocking the Amorphous.
Yeah, for sure. I'm pretty sure she got it off because I saw like a meter go away during it. But yeah, I mean, that was like perfectly timed, 100%.
Okay. But look at this, 2-2 between Jonathan Tede and Umisho. Jonathan Tede and Umisho, definitely two of the, biggest U.S. hopes for winning Guilty Gear at EVO. Of course, Umisho was the one that pulled it off. So, U.S. in definitely great status for Guilty Gear.
Such a dramatic fashion too. I mean, it's so lovely when the universe wants to write the story that we all want to hear, right? Yeah. Like with the U.S. with IDOM coming so close to winning Street Fighter, and the U.S. not getting a title on that Sunday. Obviously, Sonic Fox had won Skullgirls beforehand, right? But there was no title for the U.S. on Saturday or Sunday up until that point when we were both in grand finals for Street Fighter and Dragon Ball. It was very close in both of those instances, and they fell short. So for America on home turf to get a W on the very last game, I mean, you couldn't have wrote it better.
Let me tell you right now how professional I had to be, when IDOM lost. Oh, man. Yeah. But, I mean, honestly, though, like, you want to make sure Kiwano has their moment as well, you know, when they win a tournament. So you can't just be like, no, poor IDOM.
Yeah, for sure.
That sucks.
Ooh, Jonathan, that's a big RC right here. Tries to bait out the burst, but Umisho, great recognition. Knowing that Eddie's not going to be back anytime soon, didn't want to waste it.
Oh, God, how are you going to survive this? Oh, the clone got shot. Okay. Oh. And you know what? Just waiting. Yeah.
It was so scary.
Waiting for Eddie to get back to the front side to push towards the corner. Gets the low. Opens up. Here comes the pressure. No. Was there a backdash in there, or did Umisho just raw throw on wake up?
I think they just raw threw on wake up right there. It looked like Jonathan just barely mistimed that 5P meaty, and we know what happens when you barely mistime meaties, baby. Back to the corner you go. So Umisho clutching out the winners finals, taking her spot in grand finals winner's side.
Yep, and then it looks like after that, we're going to be having SQ versus Red Ditto. So Red Ditto did indeed defeat Kazam, who we didn't get to see on stream. Kazam then, but previous to that, beat Aaron DeMack, who we also didn't get a chance to see on stream. So kind of unfortunate, but Red Ditto is the one that's going to make it out on that side, and it's going to be going up against SQ. But before we get to that match, we're going to throw it back to our boy Yeso to see what he has to say about these matches.
It's okay, big guy. It's okay. You know, you can't win them all, and you kind of can't win almost any against the Happy Chaos.
It's not only just the Happy Chaos, it actually is Umisho.
Yes.
There were so many situations where Jonathan got the screen position, got to the corner, and Umisho just simply refused to get hit.
Yeah. I've been saying it since the start of the Series E season. Jake Ryan is going to turn his mic on, so... Would you like to make your, nope, other side.
Other side. Oh, wait, hold on.
I got
turned
you.
Off.
You're on. There
Can we hear me now? All right.
What were you saying about Happy Chaos?
So, it doesn't, like,
it's
not just Happy Chaos being that strong. It's Umisho and the way she's able to block. Because there were so many interactions where Jonathan won the screen position, got to the corner, and just could not open Umisho up. Just the will to keep blocking, and, Umisho decided not today.
Yeah. And I think it's interesting that, we still have a few sets to play, but Umisho could theoretically win today through winners playing...
Three in a row.
Playing two different characters.
Yep.
Right? First two rounds, she was on Viking.
Yep.
Now back to the Happy Chaos, getting in through winners finals, waiting in grands. So that is, small feat in itself right there, which is impressive. Of course, the next matchup, as James Chen pointed out, is going to be the Ram Mirror. It's going to be SQ and Red Ditto. We knew there was a high chance it happened. Impressive the way it was done. SQ going down 0-2, getting the reverse sweep there against Bean, and now gets the matchup in the mirror. That should be an interesting set.
Yeah, it's going to be a real interesting set. There's always this funny picture that Super Noon posts. It's where the gorilla has the ram sword and the hat on, and they send the ram sword. So that's what both Rams are going to be doing in this matchup. You know, Happy Chaos is definitely the enemy, but Ram was enemy number 1 beforehand. Sure. I still believe that she is in that prime position. But yeah, no,
just not S tier.
Just stop. Yeah, so you're in stop tier right now.
And of course, I'm repping the shirt today too. That's what's really funny.
I can't with you. I can't.
It's okay.
It's all right.
It's okay. So we do have those sets ahead of us. Before we go there, do want to tell you about something cool we're doing at Esports Arena locations all across the country right now, and that's called PvE. Now we know some of you folks, you want to come out, you want to go deep in a bracket like Series E Guilty Gear Strive, or you want to play Apex Legends, get really into that long competition. But some folks want esports competition in a little bit more bite-sized pieces, and you could do it with PvE. All you have to do, Jake, go to your local esports arena.
Oh, yeah.
You can find one with exclamation point locations in chat. You buy some tokens, and you use those tokens to enter the leaderboards that you want to compete in. We have a range of different games and modes that you can compete in. Each leaderboard has its own individual prize pool, and we've got thousands of dollars in prizing every single week.
Sorry, I'm just mesmerized right now at this aim trainer. This is actually insane. 98% had, almost 100%. Yeah, Happy Chaos IRL, 97%. No charge shots necessary, but look at the points racking up. I gotta see what you compare it to. Oh, like, do you see the increase in speed? The confidence? Jesus Christ, 45K.
It's the nails.
Umisho, you've got some competition right here.
It's the nails. That's all I'm saying.
This is the hit scan and a half, but right there, dang, 51K.
And that Austin with the pop off.
That was godlike from Austin. I'm not gonna lie. And if you want to feel godlike, that was really good. That was really good. You know, that is what you definitely would want to spend your tokens on. So make sure you get to your local esports arena.
Yes.
Get into the competition. You can do the aim training, or you can do multiple different games. We usually see Connie poorly performing on the home run Smash Brothers game, but you know, that was a outstanding performance. And you know, we've had outstanding performances all today, and we've got a little bit more of a performance to go. So God, yeah. So who do you think takes it this week?
I mean, if I have to pick one of the 4 players left, I'm still leaning Umisho. I wouldn't be surprised if we get the rematch and Jonathan can force a reset, but this isn't even like a lack of faith in Jonathan, because I think Jonathan is an incredible player. His Zato is so oppressive, but just Umisho's Happy Chaos is so good that I have a hard time confidently betting that anybody can beat her 2 best-of-5s in a row.
It is definitely a tall order to achieve that. I don't think I have it in me to even fathom trying to do that. So having these players
sounds
go
like
against
pain
that.
to me.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, 2 guns, 1 mission, and Umisho definitely is the number 1 soldier in that position. Gosh.
I couldn't agree more. We will have plenty more here momentarily. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, it's SQ, Red Ditto. They're fighting for a shot at the Zato God in Losers Finals. We'll have that for you when we come back.
When the chicken is this crispy and this tasty, it doesn't matter what else is for dinner. Tyson crispy strips are so delicious, they'll be your favorite part of every meal. More crispy chicken, more family faves, more to love. Tyson.
For nothing, baby. Let's get in there.
We are here at the home stretch for Series E Guilty Gear Strive, fresh off of EVO weekend. We don't take breaks here in the fighting game community. We keep on rolling through, playing the games because we love them so damn much. How are you feeling right now, Ringe?
Good. I got my cord tangled up in my hair, but besides that, we are good to go, James. It has been a magnificent. I can't even not even know what
you
word
were trying to say fantastic and magnificent at the same time.
That was the word that was. I was like, what am I trying to fantastic and magnificent Series E so far. Jesus, goodness gracious. And yeah, we have arrived at losers semifinals. It is going to be a match to determine who gets a shot at Jonathan Tene after he just fell so short up against the defending reigning EVO champion Umisho. It is back to the Dittos, not just the red one, but indeed the Ramlethal one as well. Red Ditto and SQ going to get a rematch from their winner's side bracket.
Yeah, they fought each other in the second round of winner's side, and it was Red Ditto 3-1 over SQ. So, you know, I always say I hate the run back because I'm always like, man, I already beat you once. I got to do it again, you know, and it's kind of scary. But let's see if Red Ditto can honestly manage.
At
or
this
if SQ.
level, I agree with you, James. I think it's harder for the person on the winning side.
Yeah, let's see if SQ can make the adjustments to be able to make the comeback this time, to get the revenge. I mean, this is a good start for SQ right now. That should do it right there.
Yeah, I just think at this level, when a lot of the time the players are very similar in terms of skill, it just the person who was defeated early is going to have like, I don't know how to put it exactly, but like, you know, the more games you go and the more games that you're successful in, when you're at similar skill level, the person that's losing is going to start winning, right? They're going to start figuring out why they're losing, and they're going to adjust their game plan, and they're going to start winning. So the more games that get played, I feel like it tends to favor the person that was losing early more. But of course, that's not how it always works out.
I mean, the way that I always think about it is whenever you win, you're like, yes, I won. Let's go to the next match. Whenever you lose, you're like, man, I should have did more of this. Oh, you know what? I should have did this. And so when you come back to the match, you've already thought about it, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas the other person's like, oh, crap, I got to do this again.
Yeah, exactly, right? They're kind of like still in a space where they figure they just have to kind of play their game rather than make specific adjustments, and that could definitely end up biting them. But Red Ditto, keeping it sharp right now, gets them to the corner, and SQ doesn't have any burst to get out of this situation, holds the L.
Okay. So there we go. Good start for Red Ditto, coming back and taking game at number 1. And so again, taking the winner side matchup 3-1. So right now, Red Ditto is 4-1 in this mirror match. Now, I will say, like, I personally hate playing mirror matches.
Same.
I mean, there's a whole documentary about me getting mad at Cammy in Street Fighter 4. So, you know, it's all totally documented.
Yeah, we know Latif doesn't like it either.
Damn, yeah, that's just, see, me and Latif were like the same, right?
Yeah,
clearly.
100%. The best players like, at the game, doesn't matter.
Exactly. Oh, what a bait with the back RC all the way to the, look at this damage.
That is a ridiculous amount of damage. There's blood everywhere. It's like a John Moxley match. Instant block on the very first Rekka.
Dude, nice. And yeah, a lot of times you'll see people, you know, kind of stagger the Rekkas to try to frame trap you in between. Throws are 2 frames. So if you IB the first one, you're right next to them. If they try to stagger and they don't react to the IB fast enough, that is a free throw for you.
Now Red Ditto, the PRC to cover the whiff, and now we still have control of the corner here. PRC, excuse me. The purple wrist, like, really getting cranked right now, almost in red territory already, but SQ picking the right spot to get some breathing room.
Now gonna keep this pressure going with the sword. Trying to make something out, but look at that wrist gauge right now on SQ's side. That is gonna hurt so much. Yeah, that life just melted away because of that wrist gauge being so cranked up.
And that was the salt in the wound burst back too. Got the burst back as soon as you got wall splatted, so you don't get to use it anyway. Hurts.
Well, Red Ditto right now trying to, you know, throw a wrench in all of our theories about, you know, coming back, you know, getting the revenge match. Red Ditto's like, no, look, guys, I've got this, okay? I've got this. No problem.
Nah, it's definitely funny. Red Ditto's like, no, disregard everything they said. I am clearly still the person today to beat, at least when it comes to Ramlethal.
And again, whoever wins this will be going up against Jonathan Tene for the losers finals match for the right to go up against current reigning EVO champion, Umisho.
That was beautiful. But yeah, this is actually, I didn't even realize this. Oh no. This is a tale of runbacks, right? SQ lost to Red Ditto. Red Ditto lost to Jonathan Tene, and Jonathan Tene lost to Umisho. So we'll see. If Red Ditto loses to Jonathan, then literally everybody's just like, all right, well, I won to get my run back, but then I lost.
Hey, look, you know what? We had to cancel Jeopardy earlier, but this tournament has been all double Jeopardy, okay?
Oh, for real, though. That is actually what we're getting here in top 4. That's wild.
Oh, man, yeah, because Red Ditto looking really strong right now. 1 round away from once again defeating SQ and literally getting the double Jeopardy on SQ.
Yeah. SQ lost to Red Ditto in winners and on the verge of losing. Now it loses as well. And what a beautiful conversion again from Red Ditto.
That was sick. Clipped with the dashing crouch kick, and it hit out of the air and was able to juggle with the standing kick. Oh my.
I don't use this phrase a lot, but Red Ditto, my man, operates the optimization station. Like, oh my goodness. I don't know how every single hit that he gets always max damage. It's so good.
That was a Red Ditto right there offering us and all the viewers at home an exhibition of all of Ramlethal's supers so you can see what they look like.
That has a full showcase of everything Ramlethal in that match for sure. Well done, and we talked about it. Red Ditto, definitely, I think the most talked about amongst the top players in terms of the Rams that they are most scared of. So you can see exactly why. Just every single hit that he ends up getting, he maximizes. And playing against someone like that just affords you so little mistakes. It puts the pressure on so high immediately. It is a high nerve environment.
Yeah. And that just means, however, that Red Ditto is going to get their second chance against Jonathan Tene. And Jonathan Tene, so Red Ditto beat SQ 3-1. And then here comes Red Ditto with another 3-0. Jonathan Tene beat Red Ditto 3-1. And so, if Red Ditto spent the last game trying to prove us wrong, now he's got to try to spend this game proving us right.
Yeah, exactly, right. We're going to see. That's what we talked about early on. The person who lost early tends to have the advantage in the run back. They did not prove the way it played out in the last match, but we'll see if Red Ditto can prove us both wrong and right in the same bracket.
All right. Jonathan Tene. Literally trying to avoid the repeat. 3-1. 3-0 Red Ditto over SQ. Jonathan Tene 3-1 on the winner side. Definitely does not want to go down 3-0 here for Red Ditto. All right, now you got to hold this corner pressure here. Empty low 2 times in a row, but Red Ditto's, again, it's crazy. The Red Ditto's defense was so good in the winner side match, yet they lost 3-1.
Yeah, that's the thing. So I want to see what Red Ditto does defensively or just in general with their gameplay to make that adjustment here, right? We see that their blocks are on point, but it's going to take more than that. It's going to take more than your blocks being right. It's going to be able to take you betting heavier defensively sometimes to be able to steal turns entirely, or else Jonathan's going to run away with it like we saw on winner side.
Yeah, Jonathan finally got the opening earlier, forced the burst out of Red Ditto, then actually got the opening just with the defensive punch into Red RC, the classic again from Jonathan Tene, and now taking that round. So Jonathan Tene, despite that nice sequence there from Red Ditto, that nice defense, Jonathan takes the first round.
And, Jonathan with a great adjustment with how he took that last round too. We've been really highlighting Red Ditto's defense in regards to the empty lows, and Jonathan switched it up that time and went with the dash down jump S, but not getting to play much this round until now. Back throw.
Yeah, and shout outs to the SQ crew coming in here with the raid again. Yeah. I don't know if SQ is listening, but SQ is my inspiration for switching to Dragon Knight and DNF Duel because
snap.
Dude, her Dragon Knight was sick.
Her Dragon Knight is definitely ridiculous.
And I was definitely using Inquisitor beforehand, so I'm changing. Oh, man.
Oh, the PRC was coming out. Oh, no.
Too far away,
for the burst, but, man, the discipline from Red Ditto, that was excellent.
Oh, my. Oh, Jonathan Tene wanted it here and now, using the burst at the last second, but now going to come into this last one here with no burst at all, while Red Ditto has the full burst.
If I'm not mistaken, Jonathan didn't build that 50% tension until after those jabs, like a little bit after those jabs. Yeah. So that was incredible discipline from Red Ditto right there, recognizing what he got hit by and realizing it's Zato. If he's going to do 5P, 2P, there's no other thing he can do. He wasn't going to suffer any more damage. Only bursting there would have got him killed. So like the fact that he didn't burst there was perfect, and what led him win this first game. That was, Red Ditto is really beyond his years when it comes to wisdom in fighting games.
And there you go. So Red Ditto now 1-0. Again, one game was how many games Red Ditto won in the first set as well between these two on the winner's side. So let's see if Jonathan can make any adjustments, or again, literally Red Ditto trying to prove us wrong and now prove us right. And for the chance to go up against Umisho, just chilling in grand finals, waiting to see who she has to fight.
Indeed, indeed. Red Ditto on his way to completing this run back. Of course, Jonathan now definitely going to be wide awake here. He can do the gamer lean after dropping the first one down. Got to bring it real serious with it.
Yeah, and here's this pressure, and look at that, Red Ditto finding the opportunity, but now, thanks to the RC, the slowdown, got caught by the slowdown, so you are going to have to hold this pressure in the corner again. There we go, the command throw, not enough to kill.
Yeah, just outside the 50% meter to build it. He actually built it with the 2K afterwards and just immediately set up shop.
Right. Oh, dashing up right away with the 2K 2D. That's a great start for Jonathan, as you can see here. Just that one decision gets the corner, gets Red Ditto to spend the burst, and now being able to confirm off of that frog. And here we go. The cross up.
So that was nasty right there. The PRC, though, ended up dropping the combo. That was cool.
Yeah, PRC just didn't quite catch and hit the opponent for the extra slowdown, it looked like.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And here we go, command throw again. Jonathan looking very much in control. Gonna get the RC. Oh yeah, this is gonna kill, no problem. Very easy. Well, Jonathan catching up 1-1 in just convincing fashion.
Yeah, I know I said that he did the gamer lean thing, and I didn't realize I was telling the truth. Yeah, that was definitely him, like, stepping it up a notch right there. You could tell he was completely focused, and he had that, like, hallmark aggression that players have when they drop a game and really want to send a message with the game following it. That was wild.
Beast Coast J Nasty, yes. Jonathan Nasty. Can we call him Jonathan Tenasty? I mean, come on. I mean, I feel like you got to add that little extra syllable in there.
I already call him Jonathan Tenacity. So so we do that, and then J Nasty. I like the other one.
Fair. Oh man. Here we go now. Pressure in the corner, plus frames on the on the dive.
Oh yeah, didn't get the second hit of the frog. He did get it before, but no, not this time. And that's gonna open the door for Red Ditto to take control of the set. Needs to take down this first heart and does so. So now on the driver's side, seat again. See if that lets him kind of play a bit. Ooh, more composed.
Ooh, that's gonna be nice. Yep. Goes in the Daru. Wow. What an IB in the back throw after the Daru.
Yeah, Jonathan kind of woke right now for that one. 2K to the 5K frame trap now. The stagger pressure really opened him up.
We talked about how valuable those back throws are, and like Red Ditto with a great start, but it was just that IB in the back throw, and look how much the round has changed with the backdash in the corner. That's right,
I thought he was going to bait the burst with that RC. I thought Jonathan was smoked.
Okay.
Well, we tried to whiff punish with that BRC.
Yeah, didn't quite get it. And now here comes the RC pressure. Keep him going towards the corner. Jonathan gets out of there. Didn't have the meter for the BRC all the way down for the 6P. This should be able to kill right here. Red Ditto getting another game here and going up 2-1 versus Jonathan again. Jonathan winning 3-1 on the winner's side, and now Red Ditto trying to return the favor for the chance to go up against Umisho in grand finals.
Man, this is an intense set so far. Some big defensive decisions being made and really making the most of them. We saw Jonathan turn that entire round around with a back throw, but Red Ditto finally finding his way out of that corner and again clutching it out time and time again. Has really done a great job just keeping it clean against Jonathan. And he knows that Jonathan really does his homework and is very knowledgeable of all the gaps that Ramlethal presents, and he is making sure that he takes advantage of that knowledge.
Yeah, and we've been saying that all tournament long, Elrod, in the chat right now. Like, honestly, Red Ditto's defense against Jonathan has been absolutely immaculate. Look at these dash cancels off of the Rekka to keep the pressure going. Oh, the full conversion off the jump punches.
Yeah, that was almost a complete disaster. Still really bad for Jonathan. Either way, and again, he's trying these jump Ds, and they're just getting jump jabbed to death. Shut down back-to-back times, and Red Ditto on set point.
Wow, Red Ditto coming back with a vengeance. Amazing defense, but now amazing offense with those conversions. But here comes Jonathan in the corner. Red Ditto going to spend the burst, trying to stop this here and now.
Yeah, doing whatever he possibly can. Burst out once again from Jonathan, trying to survive the 5P anti-airs on the other side. Ooh, the fake cross under this time. Remember, he hit the actual cross under on Red Ditto in the winner side set. Adjusting even between sets right there, keeping it nice, keeping it known, and then the throw as well.
Yeah, Jonathan loves to get the wall break with the sword, get the basic, almost guaranteed corner carry with the piercing opening after the transition. And here we go. Not going to quite build up the meter for that sword, so not going to get the hard knockdown. But again, half damage and positive meter bonus, not a bad thing. Too far for the Taro to hit.
Yeah, and Jonathan, oh my goodness, Pitbull and with the 5Ps right now. But waits for the fraud to go back. That was perfectly timed from Red Ditto. And this is not good for Jonathan. He has YRC, no burst though. You got to really, and he spins that there. This is very scary. He does get Eddie out and now gets to take his turn. We got to make something happen here. He does get the meter for sword. PRC is not going to get it, but the backdash gets flipped anyway. Red Ditto continuing to rely on kind of trying to scramble out of the range of Zato. Ends up getting clipped with Jonathan. Just stay persistent by any means necessary.
Yeah. I mean, Red Ditto has been really good about blocking against the, you know, the empty low. But right there, as you were saying, maybe a little bit more of a desperation feeling like he needed to backdash out of that situation. But Jonathan does get the conversion. And now it is 2-2. Final game. Who will go up against Umisho in grand finals? Will it be Red Ditto or Jonathan Tene?
Yeah, we're going to find out momentarily here. This is game 5. No more safety nets to be had. No more second chances. The burst to keep the oppression in the corner. Oh, the Daru cuts off Jonathan's attempted defense.
And now the tap dust. He has the meter. Is this going to be able to kill? Not quite. Not quite.
Yeah, still taking a nice chunk out of his life. Goes with the BRC trying to start the offense and does so until he gets YRC'd, and the tick throw from Red Ditto puts him on set point yet again.
Here we go. Red Ditto now on the verge of the revenge match. Just was that killing Eddie right away, it looked like. Yeah. And now, but stuck in the corner here. And of course, Eddie's been built back. And so, oh, actually not anymore. Got to let that Eddie gauge build up. And that's going to be Red Ditto's opportunity to take this offense.
Look at this. The PRC just dragging him to the other side of the screen. Wrist gauge getting cranked as well.
Oh,
Jonathan
boy,
feeling the pressure,
so
the exclamation
scary.
point, reminding you how much damage you're going to take if you get hit. What a block on the tap dust. Again, guaranteed counter hit, any connection right now, but Jonathan blocks it all out successfully.
We've been talking about Red Ditto's defense. Jonathan got a little bit of that himself.
Yeah, let's not forget, this is really where he showed out in Dragon Ball. His defense was the first thing I noticed about him. He is an incredible defensive player.
Forces the burst out of Red. Now he's got his own, but that's going to be the fate. And that should be it. Red Ditto is going to take it 3-2 over Jonathan Tene and gets the revenge from the winner's side bracket.
Indeed, Red Ditto clutching it out. My goodness, a lot of momentum on his side right now. Able to take down SQ in dominant fashion. Able to clutch it out up against Jonathan Tene just by the skin of his teeth. Those are two very intense matches to go in the grand finals. But that's a lot of momentum. That's a lot of pressure that is now relieved of you just because like that was such an intense set in the first place. You kind of got to reset to go into grand finals. Man, yeah, wild stuff from both players.
But that just means we are now at our grand finals match. It's going to be Razor's Umisho, current reigning EVO champion, going up against Anytizer's Red Ditto. Red Ditto did not get a chance to fight Umisho on the winner's side. And so let's see how Red Ditto can handle this while trying to prove Jake's point that Ram is still an S tier character.
Exactly right. Yeah, I think Ram, bonker style character. You know, all I'm saying is it seems like Zato Ram is pretty hard. You know, Latif lost to Super Noon in the first to 7. We got Red Ditto defeating Jonathan Tene here. I'm just saying, man. Hard matchup.
How do you honestly feel about that matchup, Rich?
Clearly, I despise it with all of my being. But nah, man, Red Ditto has really played his ass off to get into this position, honestly. I've been really impressed with his play defensively. Button spots too. Remember, he had that 5K earlier that I was like, I am not usually giving props for 5Ks, but that was ridiculous. So definitely has been showing out on the character all day. But now you've ran into the final boss. As you mentioned, 2022 defending Guilty Gear Strive EVO champion Umisho. Razor Zone in the building right now. And yeah, they have just been looking like a different type of beast. Whenever she's played on this level, we talked about it, right? She looks like pretty much the best in the world by a gap. And right now, she's proven that time and time again.
Empty instant air dash into throw. Got the concentration on just to get the chip, but doesn't even need it. Just shot. Well, I mean, it's just so funny because Happy Chaos isn't even moving. He's not animating. He's just standing still, you know. And
just
the other person's
there
dead.
now.
It's like when he chased down, what was it? Was it the chip that was trying to like zip away?
And then just shot him in the back,
Yeah, like he's just standing there like, and the chip is dead, dude.
And one more bullet directly to the heart off the wall splat. 1-0 for Umisho. I mean, she is who we thought she was. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I can ever say whenever I see Umisho go off like this. Like,
but you know what? Red Ditto's gonna take the damn field anyway, dude. So you know, gonna challenge no matter if she is who he thinks she is.
Yeah. Thank you for getting that reference, James. I appreciate it. My man picked up what I was putting down right there.
I used to sing that to myself all the time. Who was it who did the mix of it? I forgot, but
yeah, I don't remember the mix. I know what you're talking about though. All right, we got the knockdown, and immediately as soon as Red Ditto sees that, it burst out. Right, it knows how much they cannot afford surrendering. Umisho momentum, but man, the instant pocket to back throw. Oh no, the counter hits as well.
Jeez, and here we go through the wall. Not a hard knockdown, but again, so scary to deal with this. Anytime you think you have the opening to counter attack, Happy Chaos has the ability to frame trap you. Happy Chaos, as long as he's got the bullet, can frame trap you at any time off of any button, and it's so terrifying.
Oh, actually, the gunshot looked like it actually whiffed on the combat roll. It does not happen as much anymore as it used to.
Ooh, too far away for that 2K to connect. Backdash through the 2K, but guess what? Concentration, Super. You are trapped in the corner here, but oh gosh, Red Ditto trying to fight their way out. What a backdash!
And again, the shots just emptied the clip and then reloaded. The concentration just barely ended too.
Yeah, but now here's Red Ditto's opportunity here with the pressure in the corner. That builds up a lot of risk gauge. Any hit to Umisho is probably going to be death. BRC to keep themselves safe, but Umisho not hitting any buttons. Look at this, just playing so carefully. So Red Ditto, the fadeaway catches.
When the backdash gets clipped as well here, but still doesn't have enough meter to get the full super. So we'll be showing another chance here. We're back to the neutral. Puts out the clone. Oh, but a great job from Red Ditto with a sword in the RC. Stuffs the curse.
Oh boy, man. Yeah, you were definitely worried if you were Red Ditto, like, man, why won't you die? You know, kind of a situation.
For real, man. And then Umisho, you can see the expertise on their spacing, the instant block into the 5P this time instead of the back throw. But Red Ditto, speaking of expertise, nobody's got better combos than him in the business.
That corner conversion we've seen a couple of times now from Red Ditto. It's so sick, but here we go. Umisho is never defeated until she's defeated.
Yeah.
Oh.
Most definitely right now. As long as Umisho's got health beating, you gotta be scared.
Ooh, backdash is right outside of that standing slash range. YRC to take the turn back. Red Ditto trying to get in there, but got the water balloon on him, and now the shot with the super should be able to finish us off, but just got the burst.
Yeah, we got the RC just doing it to reload the meter right now. Doesn't have to worry about anything. PRC, and now, yeah, just going, shooting again. Oh, but the 214S! I don't know how it manages to cut through time and space itself, but it somehow does and takes down Happy Chaos in the OTG for the kill.
Dude, and then the reaction to know that it got the knockdown, to get the OTG to take that game. Nicely done by Red Ditto.
Both of these players, they have some wild situational awareness and reactions. And considering they're both very new to fighting games, it is even that much more impressive. Like Red Ditto straight out the Hoop Squad, Umisho 1 year straight out of Overwatch. Like, it is wild to see how high level they play just in fighting games in general. The things they're doing translate to every game. Like it is not even just a strive thing. Like they just have wisdom beyond their years.
And honestly, both of these two are the two brand new pickups by the Series E with the Razor and Anytizers. So both of those partners, sponsored partners, picking up some good players here.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't go wrong with either of these people.
Ooh, okay. Umisho wins that little stare down situation. Corner position, stagger into the 2K. Gonna be the slump, but
wall break should have killed right there, but now Umisho, they have to fight their way out, honestly. Oh, but just as I say that, giving off a little bit of a Zato impression right there. 2 PRC real quick.
Very fortunate for Umisho to get out of that situation with the win.
Yes, shots.
Yeah, and then reloading afterwards, like back to 6 bullets.
Just so impressive. Every conversion they bring out. But speaking of conversions.
Yep. Oh, and then the empty low, which didn't even catch Umisho low. Umi was trying to challenge. Was that a backdash in the BRC?
I believe it was.
Holy moly. Yeah, again, the decisions that Umisho makes are ridiculous.
Again, gets the low, and with the super, that's going to be another heart broken in the process. Umisho up 2-1 here in Grand Finals.
1 game away. This is tournament game. Obviously, not quite the same prestige as in winning EVO, but you know what? Umi's done that already. So let's take some Series E. Let's just take it, you know, at this point in time. So
that is a good point, you know. Umisho, I don't think Umisho's undefeated at Series E. They're undefeated at EVO, you know.
Man.
Wild. What a performance once again. Congrats to her for winning the World Championship for Guilty Gear Strive for the fighting game community. But right now, Red Ditto trying to show some respect needs to be put on his name, especially when you bring out combos like that. Goodness gracious.
Meterless round opening combo was like 67% damage right there.
You know, just hold this real quick, fam.
All right, hard knockdown. How is Umisho going to take advantage of this?
Fully loaded clip, plus frames on deck. Oh, just throws. What in the world?
Yeah, not sure what the heck that was, and that's going to actually cost Umisho the match. Yeah. A little bit of an execution error. Strange, rare execution error from Umisho.
Umisho wants to play more games, it seems like. That's what I got out of that. Red Ditto, like, that was good stuff from Red Ditto, though. Going for the burst save combo once he did get the hit. That was smart.
OTG into the air, instant air dash, and now just the beam. Ouch.
Whole lot of damage. Oh, doesn't get caught flinching whatsoever. Actually picks a perfect spot to play defense. Once again, Umi. Oh, PRC for the throw coverage. Oh my goodness, gets stuffed in the process. Red Ditto on the verge of tying his first setup. Oh, but just threw the water balloon from that range. That's brave.
Just playing defense. Oh, got the back throw.
Like
okay,
this.
and now the
like
cross up with the gunshot. Umisho can still take this. Got the steady aim.
Oh, is this dead?
Concentration.
Oh, no, okay. Oh, cross up on the shot? Nah, fam. No.
And staying in the front this time. Umisho at tournament point.
Ain't right. Oh, the IBF, do you see that? Umisho was like, nah, defense, offense, it don't matter. Best in the business, you watching them. Oh, nice challenge though, Red Ditto. You gotta make something happen, fam. At least crank that wrist gauge. Doing so effectively now.
Yep.
Nice job waiting for Umisho to respond at that space too. As a perfect lockdown in the corner.
Oh, and here we go. That counter hit's gonna give Red Ditto the corner again. That was so sick. Uh-oh, okay. Yeah. Burst now from Red Ditto, keeping the corner, but now, just going with instant Rekkas, and that frame trap should be able to kill here. No!
Dropped at the very end. You can't give Umisho these chances. She just point blank headbutts the sword. Get that out of my face.
Not like this. Not like this.
Is it all come crashing down? Now all the shots, it's still not your turn. When is it gonna be? Not here, not anytime soon, and definitely not this tournament. Umisho, reigning defending champion, takes Series E.
Wow, with two ridiculous comebacks in this set to take the final game 3-1. There will be no reset. Umisho, since EVO weekend, has not lost a single set.
There is no W's in bossing, say. At least when Umisho is running the city, you know what I'm saying?
Oh man, Umisho's kind of good. She's kind of good.
Just a little bit. Man, once again, Umisho on the bike in the happy chaos. It doesn't matter. She just holds it down time and time again. Beautiful stuff. I mean, it takes a lot, honestly. Like coming off of an EVO victory, going into an online weekly to still play super on point and get the W. Because like, honestly, if you're in Umisho's position, you just want EVO. You really don't have to win jack nothing for a minute. Like, you really don't. And everybody else sees that target on your back. They're coming for you. They're the EVO. You're the EVO champion. They want to beat you. So the fact that she's still able to play at this level when everybody is gunning for her even more so than usual, I mean, just a testament to how much she really is that good.
Just a testament, right? But yeah, no, honestly, really well done to Umisho, and again, she's just absolutely ridiculous. And I know there's a lot of people out there who dislike Happy Chaos, and trust me, understandable. Yeah, for sure. But Umisho is such a skilled player, and you put that kind of a player into the hands of a strong character like Happy Chaos. Don't forget, Umisho won most of her first sets with Baiken a little bit earlier. Not that Baiken's bad, but obviously she can do it with all sorts of characters, but clearly the best maybe in the world right now, at least in the running for that for sure. Umisho is your Series E champion.
Yeah, beautiful performance once again. Thanks to all of our players, as per usual. It wouldn't be possible without y'all, and I'm just glad that Series E has been a location that these players can grow as players, as people, and they've been afforded opportunities to travel around the world more because of it. It is just a tremendous addition to the North American scene when it comes to Guilty Gear Strive. And obviously, the proof is in the goddamn pudding, right? Like, Umisho getting first place. I think Jake said 5 out of the 8 participants in top 8 were a part of Series E on the regular. We had many more of that in top 16 and top 24. It is just the premier spot for an NA Guilty Gear Strive. And I mean, hey, after EVO, NA the premier spot for Guilty Gear Strive, period. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. I love it. And you know what? Nobody can take that away, at least for a year right now. They got to hold that. USA. No, I'm just kidding. No, but thank you guys for tuning in out there. Hope you guys enjoy this as much. I think we're going to throw it to Yeso and Jake one last time. Let's get their thoughts on the Victor Umisho.
Ringe just spitting there. I love it. Yeah, Umisho, our champion, once again here in Series E, continues to dominate. I believe you said 3 weeks in a row here, at least in Series E. Of course, coming off the back of that EVO championship. And I think Ringe making a really good point, right? Umisho doesn't really have anything to prove. After that, can certainly take a step back, take a rest, relax, gets right back to the grind, comes back and says, oh, I also got a little extra sauce for you. I'm going to play some bike in the first couple rounds, still going to win those sets, and then I'm going to go back to the HC, make the run, take it from winner side in grands, and just another impressive run.
Yeah, just really love that from Umisho. You know, there's never a break on this, and you know, that's the caliber of player they are. Even though the target is now on their back, like, you know, sights are clear. That's why we got the 2 Glocks in hand, because you think that Umisho may be target practice, but you are the main target, because god dang, that happy chaos just continues to run rampant. Doesn't matter if it's Zato, doesn't matter if it's Bridget, doesn't matter if it's Nago, doesn't matter if it's Ram. Everyone is a victim under the sights of Umisho. She is not only the best player in North America, she is one of the best players in the world. The conversation has to be there. And you know what, Ringe, you're right. They have to hold that. We have the trophy.
My favorite part, too, is it feels like she's never out of a set.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you could put Umisho down 0-2, which is rare.
Yeah.
But you could put Umisho down 0-2. You could put her down, you know, a round in a set and low on health. I mean, we saw it in winners finals, right?
Yeah.
Jonathan gets Umisho down to the smallest sliver of health, and she's never out of a round, never out of a game, never out of a set until it's done. And I think that's what's so fun as you watch and you're like, I don't know, like, Umisho can get something out of this. She can make something happen, and so often she's able to, and that's part of why it's so fun to watch.
Yeah, super fun to watch, and like you said, in that set, the poor boy Jonathan never stood a chance. At that moment, when Umisho had a pixel, you know, pixel is all that Umisho needs, and you know, all we needed was a little bit more Guilty Gear, but we're out of Guilty Gear action for the day here at Series E for tonight. There's more Series E for the rest of the week. You know, you can enjoy other games as well, Apex Legends being represented, and much more.
Halo Infinite tomorrow night.
That's right, and you know what? There's infinitely more Guilty Gear and infinitely more ways for us to grow, because USA may be on top, but we have to keep that going, and Series E is the place to do it. And you know the place you gotta go right now? Off the stream, because we are done for the night. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you, Yeso, once again for being a wonderful co-host. Fantastic
Always
times.
A pleasure.
And you have anything else you want to say for the people before we sign off?
No, just be here tomorrow. Remember the Why Not in Shyway show tomorrow before we start Halo Infinite. So 3 o'clock Pacific, they'll be talking about the NA Super. They'll be talking about all the roster moves this week. So if you need more Halo in your life, come in for the show an hour prior to when we kick off the tournament. And otherwise, make sure you're back next week for more Guilty Gear, because we will have a hell of a lineup next Thursday. I can promise you that.
All right, well, lineup to be
Get us out of here,
determined.
Jake.
Yeah, lineup is to be determined, but you know what? Line up. The door is that way, because we are done with the stream. Thank you so much for watching the After EVO Guilty Gear Strive Series E tournament, and we cannot wait to see you next time.